bottle. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. And you know I love my cake. So I get that big birthday energy without any sugar guilt. The bottle's small, easy to toss in my bag, and perfect when I need a quick, tasty caffeine boost to cakeify my day. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
What's up, my friends? This is Francisco Lindor.
This is Devin Williams.
This is Luke Weaver.
Bo Bichette here. You're listening to the home of New York Mets baseball.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Don.
You're a filth bag. You're a sex star filth bag.
Hahn.
The guy's going to be 41.
Flicking it. And Rosenberg.
Go look at Redford in that movie right now. You'll want to hook up with him. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3 o'clock in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on a glorious Tuesday. Hopefully everybody had a phenomenal weekend. If you're a Knicks fan.
Why would you?
What a night. Another blowout win. I've never seen anybody, even Mariano Rivera, close like this. You get a team in an elimination game against the Knicks, you're dead. Might not even show up.
I mean, you get the Knicks period right now. You're dead.
I think I'm the only one really equipped to say this because I was the first voice of this radio station. Today is one of the biggest days in the history of this radio station.
Go ahead.
And maybe in a couple of weeks, it'll be topped if the Knicks win the championship, as Alan is holding up the Knicks win Brunson Star Wars yo-yo thing that we did here at ESPN.
No.
Yeah, because
I love this. I need a poster of this.
I hate it.
And
he's got his lightsaber.
Yeah.
Because we got to cornpone everything.
It's not cornpone.
Yeah, we got to Danhausen it.
He's the last Jedi.
We've got to Star Wars it.
Listen.
Like it's not good enough to just have him stand there and be the Superman that he is. We got to put a lightsaber in his hand and nerd it up.
Well, the movie came out this weekend, Tom.
Yeah, and I heard it was glorious.
I heard it was great. I heard I hope it does big gangbusters at the box office. This is an absolutely insane thing to watch. It's just been. Yesterday, I realized they gave. I only bet 500. They gave, it was free money.
Yeah, it's free.
It was free.
It had a handle on it. All you
money.
do is pick it up.
They were minus two. The Knicks blew them out Saturday, and the best that Vegas could do, because it's still a team fighting for its life at home, minus 2.5. Best they can do. But how did you not know that's going to be a blowout?
How did you not? First of all, a home game.
Yeah. Oh, that
it was a virtual home game.
Crazy.
The amount of texts that I received yesterday afternoon of people that were telling me, giddily, I'm on my way to Cleveland right now. Driving to Cleveland. Then friends of mine, people I know, people I'm shocked that told me they were there. I'm like, I didn't even know you were that big of a fan. Texting pictures from inside the building. We're here. It was incredible. I honestly now, this is not hyperbole. Guys, honestly, have we ever seen anything like this when it comes to what's happening on the court with 3 straight closeout wins that are by 30 or more points, and the fact that all those closeout wins included a road arena filled with New York fans?
Well, that's what makes it so interesting. It's unlike anything we've seen. We've seen, dominance before.
Oh, yeah.
When the Giants won in 86, they slammed the 49ers 49-3. They shut out the Redskins 17-0, and then they end up blowing out the
the Yankees, what they did,
the Yankees
ran through the postseason.
But to see the domination, to see 11 straight wins, and to see it with a team that everybody seems unified with, because you just don't get that in this city, because the Giants are bigger than the Jets, but the Jets take a chunk out of it. Yankees are bigger than the Mets, but the Mets take a chunk out of it. In hockey's hockey, but, basketball, I'm sorry, Net fans, and I feel bad for you because I've been on that side of it where you're doing great things and nobody cares because you just don't have the fan base that the monolith that you're going up against has. It's just a fact. The city is unified right now. And it's one of the biggest days in the history of this radio station because we've never been the rights holder of a champion. In the 25 years that we've done this radio station, we started in September 3rd, 2001. We've had runs We've had, the Rangers go to the conference final a bunch of times. The only team besides the Knicks to go to the final stage were the Rangers in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets couldn't get to a Super Bowl. They went to a couple of championship games. We've got the Mets now, and they've never been to the World Series in that span of time, not since 2015, and we haven't had them. So to have the Knicks, these games airing on our radio station is a big deal. But it's also a big deal for so many people that I care about, because when I see this team go to the finals for the first time since 1999, I don't think about the bandwagon jumpers and the people that only watch in the postseason, or the people that get excited because it's a New York team and they want to see a New York team win. I feel for those Knicks fans, and there's a ton of them out there, that watch every game. They're up until 1 o'clock in the morning watching Knicks in Sacramento on a Wednesday in November because they love this team. And when they have to miss a game, they're listening to it on the radio. Mm-hmm. They're completely glued to what's happening with this team every second. Those are the people I'm happy for.
Oh, yeah.
Not the bandwagon jumpers, the people that have been on board. And working at this radio station for 25 years, whenever we've talked Knicks, no matter how good or bad they are, the phones usually light up. People are passionate about it. We played that game last week, Al. I remember just like, your strange pull Nick.
Yeah.
And it was fun because people follow this team so religiously. So those are the people I'm happy for.
No, I'm with you. I truly, I think I've settled into my happy place here, guys. Last year there was am I becoming a Knicks fan feeling? I settled into, no, I know what I am. I pull for this team. I love the fan base, and I love seeing the fan base go crazy. And after betting them in 11 straight games, I feel a tremendous amount of respect and camaraderie between me and the New York Knicks. So I'm in a great spot. Just watching this fan base go crazy has been so fun. Even seeing my wife, who's obviously not a hardcore sports fan, but if there's a team in New York that she loves the most, it's the Knicks. And seeing her light up as a kid who was into like the LJ, really the 99. I mean, my wife was born in 89. So that 99 team, she's 10 years old. For people of that age range, even though yesterday there was a question about whether or not she thought there were two people, OG and Unobi.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
So they played a lot together, OG and Unobi.
They're always together.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So she would be one of the people I'm not happy for today.
That's not nice. She would because she wouldn't be out in the streets burning things down, burning.
Well, I don't feel happy for them either because those aren't real Knicks fans.
But I'm just saying there are people here who, they're the hardcore fans who took the trip to Cleveland, who are out on 7th Avenue, who are doing all the things. Obviously, I'm extremely happy for them. But then I'm just happy for New York people in general who've a lot of great memories with this team. And they're not like us. They don't follow sports every single day. But this is a joyous moment. To see a team here play like this and the way they've done it. And I heard an argument this morning with David Rick about Brunson and Judge. And it was an interesting discussion. And basically the agreement, and this is a no-brainer, if they win a championship, goodbye, Judge. You're in the rear view in terms of number one in the city. It becomes Brunson's town officially if they win a championship. I don't think you can even make another argument. It doesn't matter how great a player Aaron Judge is. We know how championships affect fan bases. But the argument that I found interesting, and Rick sort of downplayed something Ray Santiago said, and I thought Ray was dead on, is Ray was talking about does the history with the team matter? Like, does him being a little boy wearing the Knicks uniform because his dad was a role player on this team the last time they were in the finals, does that matter? And Rick kind of poo-pooed it. I disagree. I think it does matter. And Rick was saying, well, but he started his career in Dallas. And sure, all of those things. But the bottom line is he has blood in the ground with this team to the point, guys, his dad's still on the team. He was standing next to him last night. The whole thing just adds to this awesome story.
They're all uncles for him.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to have Patrick Ewing on later in the show.
Look at you.
4:30.
Look at by the way, it's booking Hat Allen today. He's doing it all.
Well, this is the time to get the guys on. But Patrick Ewing, babysat for him. He watched Jalen with his kids, right? Like this is
you can't remove that.
That's a real part of the whole thing. But if I could just because for me, like there was a lot of there's different rushes of emotions that I've gone through in the last 36 hours where, and just for the record, I have not gone to sleep yet.
Wait, at all?
No.
Oh.
Had a little nap up on the roof in the sun, maybe about a few minutes, but haven't actually gone to bed.
I did not realize you had not slept at all.
No. How could you, first of all? Like, last night was something special. Like, trying to get out and, getting out to 7th Avenue and just realizing there's just so many people that were just happy. There was also other people, but we're not going to get into that. But it's amazing because I was wondering before the game, with the anticipation of up 3-0, and okay, they have 4 chances to win 1. This feels pretty much immediate. Like something's going to happen, even if it's not in Game 4. Something's going to happen. But I had this sense they're going to win again because you saw it in the Cavs, the quit. It's amazing how they've made these teams quit. And so I was saying to myself, like, the 20 years I've covered this team, and then going all the way back to the 80s when I was a kid and I was a fan of those teams from the 90s we talk so much about, and the heartbreak that we argued about, Don, in 94 and what it meant to me. And I wondered, like, how am I going to feel? I'm curious, how am I going to feel about this? Is this going to be some type of cathartic moment? Is this going to be a huge celebration? How am I going to react? Because I knew the minute the game's over, I'm going on the air like you don't want to be goofy. You don't want to get crazy, but you also don't want to be flat. And I got to be honest, the emotion I have today, and I'm wondering how many of the older fans, the young fans, I get it. You guys have never seen anything like this. But as an older fan, I'm glad the players to a man kept saying the same thing over and over again. I'm not sad. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's keep going. Is it strange that there's no jubilation? I really didn't have this sense of joy, like this sense of like.
I get it.
I had.
But they already had it. But you already knew it was done.
I had nothing. I just had this sense of like, all right, let's keep this thing going. Like, let's go.
Because didn't you know that this was happening?
Yeah. Well, you had to feel. Well, first of all, the way they've been playing, you just saw something that looked right, and I kept saying to myself, no, this looks real, and I kept believing in it. And now the fact that I believe in it so much, I just feel like no, you got to finish the deal. You got to close the deal. This is not the same, but similar emotionally, I think, in some ways, to when the Red Sox took out the Yankees, and now they're going to the World Series, and it's like, all right, well, let's finish the job, man. Like when people are saying, who would you want to see? Who would you rather play? My answer is, I don't care. I honestly don't care. I just want, 4 more. Let's go. So that's where I'm at. I'm not at any state of, like, people are texting me about how you must be excited, you must feel great, all that. And I'm saying, I don't feel any of that. I feel on to the next one. Let's go. This is not over yet. And I'm not ready for it to be over yet. And there's one thing and one thing only that you want to achieve here. And I love the fact that all of the players, to a man, said that yesterday after the game. There was no huge celebration. Yeah. There was a sense of accomplishment, and then there was job's not done. That's the best message because that's exactly how I feel.
Well, listen, get caught up in it if you're a fan, because this is only the 3rd time they've gone to the final since their last championship, 94, 99, and now this year. First time in 27 years. It's something that deserves to be celebrated. But as a fan, you've got to look at the players saying, all right, what's next? And not celebrating and not bringing out any champagne. And Michael brought this up and how embarrassing every stage baseball has, the goggles out and the champagne. Wow. It's stupid when you see other sports not do it, because the objective is one thing, and that's trying to win the ring. And they've got an opportunity to do that, and that needs to be celebrated. But from within the organization, guys, this was the destination by both the organization and the fans. What did the fans say? Listen, the path's open, right? No Halliburton, no Tatum. We should be able to go to the final. You fired your coach because you did not get to the final last year. So this was the destination, guys. It really was. So they're exactly where they thought they were supposed to be.
That right there. Let me tell you a story. The end of last season, you remember there was a story about, it was a poorly timed thing. The Knicks had a players' party, end-of-season party.
Right.
In the city. And they happened to have it after it was reported that Tom Thibodeau was fired. So it looked bad. But they had already set it up. They had a club. They all got together. They had a party because they were all going to go their separate ways in the summer. Do you know what the theme of the party was? And I had this confirmed today. Finals 2026. They felt like they as we know, game one, they felt like they gave that away, that they should have been going to the finals. They believed it. They were mad at themselves for it, and they knew that the only thing to make it up is next year at this time, we're still playing. That was what they talked about. And then before the game, which is even better, this is smart, Mike Brown, before the game 4, showed a video to the players. In that video is no highlights. You know what it was? It was the end of the game, Game 6 in Indiana, when the Pacers were shaking hands with Knicks players as the Knicks players were leaving the court. And Mike Brown had one message, one question. And he said this: how'd you guys feel in that moment? They ripped the door off the hinges when they went out to the court to play that game. When you wonder why they put a 20-0 run, because they were all, they all understood. That's right. This whole season has been about getting back to this point. Now, was it a broken road? Yes, of course it was. It meandered a lot. They found something. Nobody knew that was going to happen, but all along, they knew the edict was, we've got to get back to this point because that's where we should have been last year. So all they are is back to where they thought they should be. So this is not the accomplishment. They did not run through any tape yet. This is just now getting to the final stage that they thought they should have been last year. In fact, I had a player who was on last year's team tell me that they really believe this should be back-to-back appearances. So they're just where they should be right now. And I feel the same exact way. And again, I'm wondering if there's a difference in the ages of fans. Is some feeling the way I feel, which is, let's go, more games to play. And then there's others who are just, this is incredible. I've never seen this because you're a lot younger.
Not to insult anybody, but you're probably an old man, even if you have seen the champion or didn't see the championship, because you'd have to be, in order to have a vivid memory of 73, you've got to be 60.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm talking about just getting to the finals.
So you're deep in your 50s and you're out there going, I haven't seen a championship yet. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk a lot about it today. Coming up at 3:30, we're going to talk to Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, yeah.
At 4 o'clock, Walt, Clyde, Frazier.
All right.
And at some point later on in the show, we're going to talk to Patrick Ewing. So we're going to get a flavor of what it was like to actually win as a Knick with Clyde. What was it like to come close with Patrick? And Patrick was in Cleveland with a lot of the other former players who traveled.
Patrick and Clyde handed Jalen Brunson both trophies, too. The two of them were there.
Yeah,
that was a special moment as well.
And I want to dive deeper into what Peter said about the whole Judge and Brunson debate, because even though I agree Judge is a better player, I think how often you've won, there is something to slaying the dragon. There just is.
Well, there's something.
Judge will not slay a dragon. He's got his own dragons to slay because he doesn't have a ring. But I'm sorry. I know it's a long time, Yankee fans, but 2009 is not 1973. Okay? And you see Mark Messier, and as much as it pains me to say, hockey is a hot dog stand compared to the NBA. And you see how Mark Messier walks around this town. That's Jalen Brunson if he wins a title. That's Jalen Brunson if he wins a title.
There's a longer conversation to have, but I will just say, though, in spite of what you just pointed out, I think it's an astute observation, the difference in time between titles and stuff. If Judge had been clutch in the playoffs every year and already had 2 World Series, I wouldn't say that one ring puts Brunson ahead of him. Mm-hmm. We cannot ignore the fact that there's a big thing hanging over Aaron Judge, which is, unfortunately, with the exception of last year, in which he was better, still wasn't lights out. He has not been clutch. Jalen Brunson is as clutch an athlete as there is in pro sports. I mean, that is a gigantic thing for sports fans.
That game one, what he did in that fourth quarter, that stuff alleged.
Well, by the way, does his line yesterday tell you everything you need to know?
Yeah.
He did nothing. Like yesterday, it was all, he did his thing, but it was over from the beginning.
Yeah,
they were up and down and running so fast, and I got to give it up. Sorry, inside the NBA, again, such a coup that ESPN got them. I know some people are offended by this. I know some people are like, how can you say that? I love that on the biggest platform on earth, they cut to Charles at halftime, and he goes, well, look up quit in the dictionary. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Damn.
And they all tried to push back at first.
Yeah.
They all were like, no, Charles. Then they showed the highlights.
Well, they had a graphic, though.
They showed the graphic.
So they weren't pushing back that much.
But the one thing I'll say, yes, did the Sixers quit? Clearly. Did the Cavs quit? Clearly. Did the Hawks quit? in Game 6. Clearly, all three in their own buildings. But the reason they quit, they were forced to quit by the Knicks.
No, the Knicks
Some
take
teams
your heart.
just quit because they're down 3-0. I've already packed my bags. I'm done. The Cavs came out trying to win.
Oh, yeah.
And the Knicks said, no, you're not.
I texted
Stop
the
it.
group.
And that's when they quit.
3 times.
Yeah.
I
That's what
texted
that
the
was.
group last night. In the first 3 minutes of the game, I saw Karl Anthony Towns aggressively just grab a ball, cut through the paint, and jam it. Then I saw Josh Hart, no hesitation, knock down a 3. I went, this is not going to be your night, Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
If this is what
Right.
we're getting.
But they came out trying. They didn't quit right away.
They swung back and forth with them for like 6 minutes, and it was still tied. I'm like, oh, no.
And it was 20-0.
and then it was over.
It was just a barrage. It was unreal. And that's the thing with Brunson's numbers and everything else. No one. They scored 130 points, boys. No one got to 20 points individually.
Crazy.
It was a demolition for sure. Wow. So the Knicks are 4 wins away from a ring, but there's other rings in the world now.
Yeah, we are a couple of weeks away from my ring, which is the Rings Inn, which is, of course, a project we have at the house that I've been telling you all about, and Rings Inn is a big part of it. Rings Inn has extensive inventory of built-to-last high-end product lines that contractors rely on. So for me, in my situation, it's going to be a beautiful French door. For you, it could be anything like that, a door, windows. You want to upgrade your kitchen. They have all kinds of product lines that you really need to look into when you are talking with your contractor. Go to Rings End. And if you can't make it to a store, you can shop online at ringsend.com. Ringsend.com. They have, of course, full-service lumber yards in Connecticut and Westchester, 8 of them, in fact, and 12 freestanding paint centers as well. Rings End's family-owned and operated since 1902. I trust them. Contractors trust them. And you can too. So again, ringsend.com. That's ringsend.com.
All right, Stephen A. is going to call in just for a few minutes. He's a very busy person. So Jamie, Kareem, David, Mike, Billy, Steve, you're on hold. We're going to get to you momentarily. More of your calls a little bit later on as well. Not only is Stephen A. going to join us, Clyde Frazier and Patrick Ewing. We got an ENN at 6. Then we're out of Dodge at 6:30 for Mets Reds. Wow, what a juxtaposition there, Knicks and Mets.
Oh, my God.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg just getting started on a Tuesday, ESPN New York.
The New York Knicks, the NBA Finals. Finally.
And the New York Knicks are on their way to the NBA Finals. For the first time since 1999, the Knicks are Eastern Conference champions.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. This is ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, law, bite back. Did you know that Social Security disability takes a bite out of every one of your paychecks? So when they deny your claim, bite back. I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I'm proud to announce our first ever Social Security Disability webinar. It's happening on June 3rd at 1 o'clock. In just 1 hour, you'll learn your rights, understand the appeals process, and find out how our experienced SSD attorneys can help you get the benefits you've earned. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Register now by calling 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-248-3222, or go online to daglawteam.com/SSD webinar. That's daglawteam.com/SSD webinar. D'Agostino Law is here to bite back, to fight back, to get you the SSD benefits you've earned. Register today at 1-800-248-3222.
The 2026 U.S. Open Tennis Championships are back, where the world's greatest city meets the world's greatest tennis players. Fan Week begins August 23rd. Experience the Mixed Doubles Championship on the 25th and 26th. And the U.S. Open Singles Championship starts Sunday, August 30th. All tickets on sale this Thursday, May 28th at usopen.org. The U.S. Open. Spectacular awaits.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
CarsForKids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Just a bad ride over at the Outer Bridge crossing heading into Jersey. Broken down car on the span. Your stop there from the Staten Island side. Already packed on the LIE eastbound heading through Queens. Bumper to bumper between the BQE and the Cross Island. You stay a bit bunched up eastbound moving through Nassau County approaching Willis Avenue. Definitely your worst ride to the outbound George Cross Bronx westbound just before the Deegan. Crash in the center lane involving a couple of tractor trailers. You're slammed there from the Bruckner. Inbound George, some road work on the upper deck about 15 to 20 minutes from 8095. Outbound Lincoln Orania 15 to 20. Outbound Holland 5 to 10. This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, don't waste another weekend doing lawn care yourself. Partner with the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way. Sign up at truegreen.com. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at truegreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Waiting on Stephen A. Smith. While we wait, let's get to the calls at 1-800-919-3776, and let's talk to Jamie in Cleveland, who was at the game last night. What do you got? You're on Hahn Rosenberg.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Good.
Oh man, what can I say? It's just so unbelievable. I mean, I'm from New York, but I grew up in Cleveland most of my life. So just to, had this opportunity in front of me, I told myself, I can't pass this up. So went ahead and got those tickets, and well worth it. What can I say? Well worth it.
How much did it set you back?
What's that?
How much did it set you back?
Oh, there was only about $400.
Well, listen, it ended up being worth it, right?
Unreal.
Exactly. Like I said, I live out here, so I didn't really have to, I had to pay for any hotel stay or too much to travel. So what can I say? I had to take the opportunity. But for us people that live outside of New York, it's just so incredible. Yesterday it felt like Madison Square Garden was at Rocket Arena. And even outside after the game, we got a little bit of that, 7th Avenue vibes out on East 6th Street. So it's just like it just leaves me speechless. What can I say? It leaves me speechless after all these years of, the dark days that Mike Green would say. It's what can I say?
Jamie, you're a guy that I feel happy for because you did a lot of suffering. And the one thing I can tell you about Knicks fans is they still watched, they still cared, they still believed. And it's a day like this where you really feel for those people because it was an easy team to give up on a few years ago. And you guys stuck with it. Now it pays dividends. Kadeem in the car. You're on Hahn Rosenberg. What's up?
Gentlemen, it's good to talk to you again. I will keep it distinct, not to make Stephen A. mad. But, Hahn, I told Anthony when I first called, I was like, I must be on, 2 hours of sleep. My man, look, you probably run on 2 hours of sleep for the last couple weeks. So when you take the inevitable vacation when the season's over, I'll miss you, but please take some rest because I could only imagine how your last couple weeks.
Listen, Kadeem, I've been saying it since April. I'll sleep in July. Like, I want to take this all the way to the end, right through the tape. Let's go.
When he's dead, whichever comes first.
That isn't going to happen.
Very, very good. But yeah, guys, I went to the city. I went to Manhattan on Saturday. A couple of me and my buddies went at 6. And, because we want to go a couple hours before, get a place established. The first 3 bars we went to, fully booked. One of the bars, we tried to go sit at the bar, and they had the bar stools reserved. Like, it's nuts. We finally were able to settle down. Shouts to American whiskey. But just the joy, the euphoria, slapping hands, hugging strangers, what the Knicks have done for this city is crazy. And in conclusion, I will say that I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to jinx this. But if there is an event in mid-June that mirrors what New York is known for on Thanksgiving morning, we're going to have to call the National Guard because it might be the craziest thing we'll ever see.
Well, obviously, one step at a time because we've got a long way to go. But let's talk to Stephen A. Smith on this glorious day. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York. How are you, buddy?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Look at you.
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing?
Stephen A., it's one of those days, right, where you just keep looking. I've checked, I think, my ESPN app 4 or 5 times just to make sure I got it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I almost just to make sure before Get Up this morning. I'm like, so the series is over, right?
Yeah.
It is over, right?
Yeah.
I can't wrap my head around it. I really can't.
It's over. Well, listen, I mean, they were fantastic. They were phenomenal in the playoffs. Obviously, it was the Hawks, the Sixers, and the Cavaliers. That's not much to write home about, particularly considering who the combatants are out west. But nevertheless, lesser things in life have gotten in the Knicks' way over the last 27 years. Did we expect Carmelo Anthony and the crew to lose to Roy Hibbert?
No.
We didn't expect that. All right, so the reality is that there have been plenty of times when the New York Knicks have failed to measure up to our expectations to the point where we took expectations out of our vocabulary. And we just leaned on the word hope, and they never, ever, ever came through. And now, look at this. It's a new day. We got, for once, the best player on the basketball court isn't from some other team invading Madison Square Garden and contaminating our experience. We're not watching LeBron or Kobe or MJ or Steph Curry come and use the Garden as their playground. Instead, we're watching our very own and Jalen Brunson do that. And to see OG Anunoby and to see Karl Anthony Towns, and there's a trade that took place, and we won that trade because Julius Randle is gone and Karl Anthony Towns is here. To see Mikal Bridges completely turn his game around from what it looked like at the tail end of the season to what it has looked like in these playoffs, especially these conference finals where he's averaging over 18 on better than 60% shooting. And then to see a guy like Landry Shamet come off the bench, good Lord of mercy, 11 to 12 from three-point range. I mean, these are things that are usually happening against us, but now it's happening for us. So it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, no doubt about it.
Steven, what we knew Brunson would be, what he's been throughout this playoff. Who, besides Jalen Brunson, who surprised and impressed you the most on this team?
Well, I just told you Mikal Bridges.
Okay.
OG Anunoby, I've always believed in him. He's just a linebacker playing basketball. I mean, that brother's built like a tank. He just moves people around, and he's a problem on both ends of the floor. Karl Anthony Towns, we knew from Minnesota what he was capable of doing. It's just that Mike Brown was playing him differently than what we thought he should. And then the playoffs approached, and he just changed things around once they went down 2-1. So we get that part. But I think the combination of Mikal Bridges and what you've been getting in terms of production from your bench with a guy like McBride, with a Shamet, with even Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench and doing what he's doing, having an impact in the minimal time that he's getting. You just can't say enough. And then you got to give all the praise in the world to Mike Brown, because Mike Brown, obviously you're succeeding Tom Thibodeau. I'd be the first to tell you, had they lost in the first round to Atlanta, I don't think Mike Brown would be here. Right? They lost in the first round to Atlanta. I think that Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges would have been on their way out the door, okay? But the bottom line is with what you're seeing, now you don't want anybody to leave. You want these guys to do what they do and finish the job. It's going to be a tall task. They will undoubtedly be the underdog, but they've given you every reason to believe that they could potentially win this series, even from an underdog's vantage point. And that's all you can ask for because of the way they play, their willingness to play together, their commitment to one another. You just love it. It's just beautiful to see, to the point where I have nothing negative to say about Leon Rose. I have nothing negative to say about William Wesley, World Wide West. And don't fall out of your chairs. I don't even have anything negative to say about James Dolan, who had the smarts to hire the people that he hired and stay the hell out of the way. I just can't say enough about what we have here in New York City right now. I'm proud of these brothers, not because they're in the finals. It's how they got here. I mean, they kicked Atlanta, Philly, and Cleveland's living asses. They bust their ass. That's what they did. They didn't just beat them. They stomped them, and they sent them home shaking their head. They made two teams quit. You could say three if you wanted to, considering the closeout wins of 51, 30, and 37. You could say they made three teams quit, and there's a legitimate argument to justify that.
So who would you like to see them play in the final?
You know, a caller just called on my radio show, made a really good point that I wasn't thinking about. I was thinking about OKC and the reigning defending champions and Shea Butter and what he brings to the table and how their experience is what it is. And you were looking at it from that standpoint. You were saying to yourself, you know what? That's a lot to go up against, but anything to avoid the 7'5" alien, because there's just no answer for 7'5". So you look at stuff like that. That's true. The flip side to it, however, is that there's history there with the San Antonio Spurs. They're the ones that beat us the last time we were in the finals in '99. And we won the cup, which was the in-season cup. And you know somebody like Wembanyama and those boys got attitude, and they're like, you know, that was their cup. You can have that. Wait until we get a hold of you and watch what we do to you. So seeing that and knowing that kind of fervor and that kind of attitude is going to exist in a finals matchup, you got to like the prospects of that. And so for me, I don't want to say I like it. I like the idea of going up against a cat 7'5", but what I will tell you is, the hell with it. The way the Knicks have been playing, bring them all on. I mean, I'm not saying that, again, they wouldn't be the favorites, but in the end, it's like, yo, you can't, to be the man, you got to beat the man. You can't run from challenges.
So you and I have seen this Knick franchise chase stars for years, going all the way back to 2010, maybe even before that with Kobe Bryant, even though that really wasn't a real thing, but there was a sort of attempt to get Kobe Bryant, right? And then you have Kevin Durant in 2019, which was just one of those moments that I remember. I'll never forget that when you were on the air and that came down and you knew he wasn't going to the Knicks, and you know that feeling of another one. They can't get another one, and yet they build this team. You mentioned Leon Rose. Any stars on this team? I mean, I'm talking about like brand name stars. Jalen Brunson's a star in his own right, of course.
Well, let's understand something here. We got to stop letting people get away with knocking us for our lack of belief in Jalen Brunson. First of all, he's 6'1". He's not an athletic, above the rim kind of dude like a Russell Westbrook or a Derrick Rose. He was a second-round pick, and when the Knicks acquired him, even though we knew by then he could play because he had helped the Dallas Mavericks get to the conference finals, we didn't see this. Let's stop lying to one another or letting people lie on those of us who were critical of it. It wasn't that we had a problem with him becoming a New York Knick. It was that was the year of the Kevin Durant sweepstakes. We wanted Kevin Durant. We believed he was coming. At the 11th hour, Kyrie Irving convinced them to change his damn mind, and they took their talents to Brooklyn. And we settled for Jalen Brunson. And what I'm saying to you is that when you're looking at it from that standpoint, that's the backdrop of that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that anybody had a problem with Jalen Brunson. It's that we were thinking about Kevin Durant. Mm-hmm. And the bottom line is until you saw Jalen Brunson do what he did once he got into a New York Knicks uniform, there isn't a damn soul alive that wouldn't have picked Kevin Durant above Jalen Brunson.
Right.
So get that out the way.
Yeah.
You look at the rest of the team, OG Anunoby, $212 million. Nobody blinked. We know he deserves it. You got Karl Anthony Towns. Nobody was disrespecting the Knicks for trading away Julius Randle. We wanted to keep Dante DiVincenzo, but we weren't upset about Julius Randle being gone at the expense of Karl Anthony Towns. We wanted Karl Anthony Towns. We was very happy with that. Then you take into account a guy like Mikal Bridges. I will never apologize for being critical of that. We wanted Mikal Bridges here. That's a guy that's a champion with Brunson at Villanova. The flip side is we didn't want to give up 4 unprotected picks, plus a pick swap and another pick. That's 6 picks, man. And 4 of them were unprotected first-round picks for a guy that had never been an all-star. What the hell are we talking about here? We saw Jalen Brunson take a $114 million pay cut, okay, and to help get his boy here. And we didn't mind him here for the money. We didn't mind him here to sit with Brunson and the guys. But we certainly had a problem with giving up 4 first-round picks, because that's draft capital that you can utilize to help continue to improve the team, which is why I was saying, since you had to give away those assets, you damn well had better step up and not average 7 points a game on 20 percentile shooting. Hell with that. You got to step up and beat a Mikal Bridges that was capable of giving you 20 to 25 a night as a Brooklyn Net, or that was a fixture on the Phoenix Suns before that. You better be that dude with all these assets that they gave up. And, of course, Josh Hart's that Energizer Bunny, and you see the assets off the bench. But the point is, when you look at the moves that they made, for the most part, we applauded it with the exception of we would have preferred KD at the time, which is no crime, and Mikal Bridges. Did you have to give up that much draft?
Because those draft picks, because those draft picks could have led to Giannis, and that's another star that was the star chasing. Right. And I guess, Stephen, the point I was trying to make is simply that in not really getting that super mega star guy, they instead built a team that plays to the definition of team, and it's almost like it's what's like, it's what Bill Bradley said about the 70 teams. We weren't the best players in the league, but we were the best team. And maybe that's just how the Knicks have to win.
Okay. Well, we could sit up here and applaud that. Let's just not act like we saw that.
Oh, no one saw it.
Don't even act like Leon Rose. Don't even act like Leon Rose. There's no way on earth that Leon Rose, as many years as he's known Rick Brunson and his son, Jalen Brunson, that he saw this. And keep in mind, you're talking to somebody that goes back. We're talking about 30 years with Rick Brunson. I covered Rick Brunson when he was at Temple.
Yeah.
That was my first college beat. I was the beat writer for the Temple Owls in Philadelphia under John Chaney. I covered Rick Brunson. That's how far back we go. Nobody saw this from his son, Jalen Brunson. We saw a lot of things. We didn't see this level of greatness. It's phenomenal. It's inspirational for all the small guards out there who can't jump, can't play above the rim and stuff like that. Let this be a lesson to you. There are other ways to be effective and to elevate yourself to superstar status as a basketball player. And the model is Jalen Brunson.
Stephen, you're the man. Thanks so much for giving us a couple of minutes, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Hey, by the way, I will see you next.
Yes, sir.
At the Garden.
Yes.
At the NBA Finals.
Go Knicks. You damn right. You damn right. Orange and blue skies, baby.
All right.
Orange and blue skies. You better ask somebody.
That is the great Stephen A. Smith. More of your calls at 1-800-919-3776. We've got Clyde Frazier coming up at the top of the hour. Patrick Ewing a little bit later on. Don Hahn Rosenberg till 6:30. Then it's Mets baseball on ESPN New York.
The Garden waited.
I think of the fans. They are just the best fans and the most loyal, and they've been through so much.
New York waited.
The 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
The finals are here.
They haven't just been good. They haven't just been dominant. The Knicks have been completely unstoppable.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. This is ESPN New York.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Let me say this. If you're an experienced superintendent in Jersey and you know you're better than the situation that you're in, Tricon Construction wants to talk. They're building serious multifamily, medical, and industrial projects across the state, and they're looking for leaders, not babysitters, real projects, real support, real backing from ownership. If you're ready to step into something bigger, go to triconbuilds.com/careers. That's triconbuilds.com/careers. And yes, it's confidential.
Spring is here. Summer's right around the corner, so why are you still living with pain? If you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or nerve pain, don't wait any longer. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no long recovery, no relying on pain medication. Just non-surgical image-guided treatments that help you get back the life you deserve. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances accepted, help is close. Go to SandwellPain.com. Feel better now, not later.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last two, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering up to 25% off windows and doors and 0% financing for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends May 31st, 2026.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
And the New York Knicks are on their way to the NBA Finals.
I am in disbelief. I have never, ever seen anything like this.
I mean, what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
It really is.
So let it sink in. I'll say it again. NBA Finals.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done inside and out at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
For the first time since 1999, the Knicks are headed to the NBA Finals.
And the 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. 4 wins away from an NBA championship.
This group got tighter and more accountable as the days got closer to June.
Thanks to all our New York Knicks partners this season, including Wild Turkey Bourbon, Citywide Window Cleaning, DraftKings, and Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine on ESPN New York.
Song's never been better.
Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings that same level of protection to your home. I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking provides 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works, and when you bundle pest control with mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out. You know, hearing Stephen A. talk about Brunson, and we always chase the stars, right? The big names. That's what's going to help us win. KD's going to help us win. LeBron's going to help us win. Giannis is going to help us win. Aaron Rodgers is going to help us win, right? And sometimes it's not so much the best guy. It's the right guy. Mm-hmm. And you think of Eli Manning. Eli Manning was never the greatest quarterback, but you won 2 Super Bowls with him because he was the right guy and he can handle New York, right? He was just the perfect person for that time for the Giants. Listen, Derek Jeter, 1 vote shy of 100% into the Hall of Fame based on what? How clutch he was, how he handled himself. He was a winner. There are better players than Derek Jeter, but he was the right guy at the right time that could handle the city. And so Brunson isn't the best player, and that's why he's so underappreciated, but he's just the right guy for this team.
Yeah, it's first of all, I just wanted to, because there is semantics to it. And I know
once he's on a roll, it's tough.
I know. Julius Randle was the pivot from Kevin Durant.
Right.
But I think what Stephen was trying to allude to was that the free agent chase, because that getting Brunson was sort of the piece that they really were targeting. Randle was a pivot. And remember, Randle did get him to one playoff appearance. But then Brunson showed up and everything changed. 4 straight years, and they're always winning playoff series. So last night was the 8th time the Knicks had the opportunity to close out a series on the road. They won 6 of them. That was the 6th one out of 8.
Well, they were great last year on the road.
6-2 in 4 years. 6-2 in road playoff closeout of series games.
And what was the margin of victory this year?
This year was 51, 30, and 37.
Oh my God! So that's over like 35 points.
So you're demoralizing a team that's home and facing elimination. So this is when they should be their most dangerous, right?
The Atlanta one was the one that really shook me.
That shocked
because
everybody.
Atlanta had won 2 games. I mean, they still were in the series. Down 3-0, Philly was dead, Cleveland was dead. They knew it.
Yes.
But Atlanta, if you win a home game, you're playing in a game 7. That's the one, and it was the biggest margin of victory. Crazy. That's what to me.
So out of hand, so fast.
Because Steven's right. At the end of the day, the naysayers are going to look at Atlanta, Philly, Cleveland, and say, that's a pretty easy road. But look at how they demolish these teams. So what are they supposed to do, Alan? They can only play the teams that are in front of them, and they smack them around.
And that's why I say, honestly, that when people want to say, well, it was a very weak road, understood.
Well,
they didn't play the number 1 seed. They didn't play the number 2 seed. Totally get it.
Yeah.
It was, Boston's run to the finals when they won the championship. They didn't play the best teams. The Bucks played the Atlanta Hawks before they went to the NBA Finals, and then played the Phoenix Suns. It's so everything's in context, of course, but still, you don't see 11 straight wins in the playoffs by 23 points per game. And I want to remind everybody: 11 games in a row, 11 straight wins, 234 point differential.
Mm-hmm.
That is the largest point differential over an 11-game span of any stretch of 11 games in NBA history. Not playoffs only, also regular season. Think about that for a minute. We had 73-win teams in this league, 72-win teams in this league, and they didn't do that.
And that's
so
why
when you're smacking teams that much,
if you're winning every game in overtime and every series is going 7, then I guess you got a kick coming. Like, hey, listen, they're lucky to play who they played.
Yeah.
You look at the way that they played; they would have beat Boston. They would have beat Detroit. Now, do I think those
playing?
teams would have made it a little more interesting? Sure, but they had the chance to do it against the teams that beat them, and they took care of business. So I think it will be a narrative if they lose in the final. But right now, it can't be a narrative that you care anything about. Let's go to Billy in the truck. You're on Don, Hahn Rosenberg.
Billy.
Hey, good afternoon, guys.
What's up?
How you
if
feeling?
You're a degenerate, if you're a degenerate gambler and a Knicks fan like me, you are on cloud 9. Peter, I've been banging the Knicks. Banging. I haven't had the cojones like you have, though. I haven't been, but the times I have.
I'm glad, though, because you said you're a degenerate, but that means you have some responsibility with your degeneracy.
Well, you know why? Because I put most of my action on them to make it to the finals. So the whole time I'm like, no, I don't want to do nothing, and then.
Oh, what did you put down on them making the finals?
Yeah, just between us.
I put okay, yeah, I'm off the air, right?
Yeah, just us. I
put 100 on them at plus 550 before the series, and then I went to a Yankee game during the Sixers series, and they were still plus money, so I put another 250 on them, and then I'm hitting stuff left and right like crazy. I bet on them. When they were down 20 in Game 1 at plus 5,500, I hit that. So I'm on the run of my life.
I just want to be clear. I'm going to keep going, right? Because I have to.
Right. Yeah, there's a moral imperative because of the audience.
The fans and the audience, I've bet they've not lost since I bet them. I will keep going. I would say, though, if you're the average degenerate gambler Knicks fan, I think now this is where you cash out. You crushed it. Now you just enjoy the finals.
Yeah, exactly.
Like because them winning the finals would be a huge bonus. It would be amazing. But they've literally covered, I think, all but once. They've covered every night but once. Yeah. So you've made money with them so much.
Remember the game?
Oh, sure I do.
It was 7.5.
I caught it at 7.5.
And they won by 6. Yeah. And they didn't foul.
So they could have covered even that one. It would have been every single game. Can you believe that?
Do you play the game if you're a fan? I never did it. I always thought about it. We've discussed it before. Where you bet the Knicks opponent. That way, if the Knicks lose, at least you make money.
I think people say to do that, but
you just can't do it.
It's not fun to do.
It feels dirty.
And then the interesting thing was here, it feels very dirty.
I don't want to do that. No.
The reason this all started, for me picking them, was that game to me was an absolute surefire win in Game 4 against Atlanta.
Yeah, you believed it.
You were like, they're going to hammer them. Mm-hmm. There is no way they're not covering. And I think it was, I'll look. I think it was like 6.5 or something. And I was like, oh, they're crushing. Because Game 4 was in Atlanta. So they would have been.
Maybe it was down 2-1, but the feeling was there's no way they're going down.
So maybe they were minus 4.5, something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they're going to hammer them.
Yeah,
and they just continued it. And then every game you look and you go, yeah, they should win. The only thing I'm feeling regretful about is that heading into this last game, rather than 500 on them to cover, I didn't just empty the whole account on it. Because you knew. As the game started, I'm watching 2 minutes. I go, I know where this is going.
Well, yeah. And I'll tell you what.
Tell us.
You're not the only one that's winning money. We'll get into it a little bit later on. This show's doing very well.
Really?
Yeah, this show is independently wealthy based on bets. I'm telling you.
Listen.
There's somebody, I'm not going to mention their name right now, later on. Just clean it up.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
But don't want to keep them waiting too long. Walt, Clyde, Frazier is next.
Yeah.
Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
What's up, Knicks fans? This is Josh Hart.
Knicks fans, it's Mikal Bridges, and this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds, resilience matters, and history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers as they compete on one of the sport's most storied stages. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek. Don't just watch greatness. Experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open.
Did your dog just get groomed? She's got a pep in her step.
Actually, she's gotten famous. She's one of 18 dogs on the New Jersey Dog Scratch-Offs from the New Jersey Lottery.
What?
Yeah, New Jersey voted, and 18 dogs were chosen.
Well, look at her.
It's gone to her head a bit.
Play the New Jersey Dog Scratch-Offs, featuring 18 real New Jersey dogs and a top prize of $200,000.
Oh, are you a famous doggy? Yes, you are.
Must be 18 years old to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends Friday. Take the test.
Prizes, flyaways, even
Cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys. I like that. The Mets continue their series with the Reds. Coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. Yankees-Royals at 7:30. And now this has become like a de facto local game. Spurs-Thunder Game 5. You got to scout it. That'll be on 10:50 at 8 o'clock with coverage on 880 after the Mets. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So we asked Stephen A. Smith who he wants. Who are you looking at?
I said it earlier. Like I don't care. I honestly,
I know you don't care.
I don't care.
But if I were to ask you to care,
if you
want to,
if you want to play the game,
well, it's just
I'm saying
it's the game of sports radio.
No, I'm just saying, if you want to play the game, like of who would you rather, I'm going to give you the two scenarios. The one is the defending champ, after being told your run was light, knocking off the defending champ, right? Would take the asterisk off it if you ask me, right?
Yes.
Versus the next one in the league being in the finals, the alien, the guy that everybody knows is going to take over the league, right? Do you want to have that guy and the whole country's rooting for him and the whole idea of his first championship?
No, you're right.
Like, you don't want to be, like, you want to be the featured guest. You don't want to be the team that got beat by the guy, right?
Well,
that's the problem.
We'll get into this a little bit later on, but if you're a Knicks fan, you know this next guest. Walt, Clyde, Frazier's nice enough to join us. The Hall of Famer here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. How are you, sir?
Hey, what's happening?
What are your emotions right now? I mean, you're with this team all the time. You've suffered, the slings and arrows of this team not being very good. To finally be able to see and witness this team in the finals for the first time since 1999, what are you feeling right now?
I'm percolating, man. I'm percolating. I'm happy for the fans. We have the best fans in the world. So, excuse me, as you alluded to, they've been suffering a long time, and now finally they can rejoice for a moment.
Clyde, what did it mean for you to be on the court on that stage after the game, being able to present that trophy to Jalen Brunson, you, Patrick Ewing there too, but you being there to be in that moment and to share that moment with a player who plays your position and someone you've called all of his games over the last 4 years, you've seen his growth. Was that special for you to be there?
Yeah, man, it was very surreal, but I credit management, Mr. Dolan, Leon, West, for what they've done. And once a Knick, always a Knick. You see at the game, all the guys are there. That's so rewarding for me. It's like being at a family reunion. And then last night with Patrick and I, perhaps the two greatest Knicks of all time, to be there with Brunson, I just got chill bumps, man. I was really thrilled to do it.
Clyde, how quickly did you realize that Jalen Brunson was even better than advertised? You know, we've now spoken almost ad nauseum about, you know, people's expectations when he came from Dallas, but it seemed like pretty quickly we realized this guy had another gear. How long did it take for you to realize this kid is incredibly special?
Well, I'm still in awe. He's getting better every game. You know, he's not that tall, they say. He's not that quick. But the way he manipulates off the dribble, he gets to the free throw line. So all the things he's doing to continue to improve his game. And then, like me, when he's not scoring, he's having an assist, you know, setting assist records. So he's just been a phenomenal man. But he reminds me of Willis Reed, very team first. He never seeks the limelight. He only does what has to be done to win ball games.
Is there anything other than the opponent? Because obviously Spurs, Thunder, that's going to be a tall task. But is there anything they need to work on? It feels like everything is clicking, but through your expert eyes, is there anything you think that they're going to need to improve on in order to lift that trophy?
The way they're playing right now, I don't think it matters who they play. If they keep dishing and switching, suffocating defense, we've got 10 guys that are thriving. The coach is doing an excellent job with the substitutions. So obviously I like the Spurs because we have a bona fide track record against them. And so I would prefer to play them, but I'm not fearing OKC either if the Knicks have to come up against them.
I want to ask you, I know you've talked about your championship teams looking at the way this team plays, especially over the last couple of weeks, you know, the 11-game winning streak. They haven't lost a game in the month of May, which is unreal just to even say that. But, Clyde, that 73 team had so many Hall of Famers on it. And the way you guys – that was a brand of basketball that everybody talks about, the beautiful game, right? And I remember Bill Bradley saying in his book, we weren't the best players in the league, but we were the best team. When you watch the way this Knicks team, current team, has transformed their style offensively, and you see last night 130 points are scored, not one guy had 20 points. Is it reminiscent to you at all about the way your teams played back then?
Very, very reminiscent. Bradley alluded to it. Individually, we were not that good. I mean, Willis could have scored more. I could have scored more, but we would not have been champions. But as a team, we became champions. We personified team. Can't mention Bradley without the Bush, without Reed, without Barnett, without Frazier. That's how we played the game. But the 73 team, we were more talented. We had Earl LaPearl, had Jerry Lucas, and that's the team that I'm thinking about now that the team is like because during the regular season we were injured. And as the season progressed, we got healthy. So going into the playoffs, we had momentum. And this is what this Knicks team, we just said, the last 12 games, the metamorphosis that they've gone through, man. You know, moving without the ball, the defense, guys coming off the bench. It just seems instinctive. It doesn't matter who they put in the game. They've been very productive. So this is what I'm comparing, why I'm comparing the two teams.
We're talking to the icon, the Hall of Famer, the champion, Walt Clyde Frazier here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. And you talked about momentum, Clyde. I know this has come up now a few times because this team keeps winning so quickly that they keep getting mini vacations. Now they'll have another almost 10 days between series. Any concern with that being a thing, or do you think it seems to be something that benefits this group?
In order to be a champion, you have to deal with adversity. So you can't say you're tired, you've had too much rest. So, you know, you got to go with the flow. This is the way it is. So they can't be looking at that, man. You just have to, when it's time to go out there, you got to continue to produce.
Clyde, who's your favorite player on this team? If you have a player you love to watch the most, who is it and why?
I like Brunson. I think hard is Walt Frazier if he can score 20 a game because he bounds like me. He creates havoc. he's just not the scorer that I was. And of course Brunson doing Clyde things, very clutch, coming up with the dishing and switching, assists and scoring. So those two guys remind me of myself.
What would it mean to you to see them actually to finish the job here and win a championship? It has been so long, obviously. You were on the court. You played in those games the last time this team won a championship. What would it mean for you after all these years, 53 years, to see it happen again for this franchise?
Hallelujah. I was there in 94. I was there in 99. So I've been through all the transgressions and all the things the team have gone through. My love affair with the Knicks fans. I know they're the best and they're deserving of another championship. So this would make it that much sweeter if the Knicks could pull it off this year.
We were just talking about, not just the losing, but, nobody wanted to come play here. There was a lot of things that just were swirling around the Knicks in a negative manner. Was there ever a point where you wondered, could they turn it around? Would there ever be a day like this again?
Well, I believe in management. It starts at the top. Like when a team is thriving, you have to look at it filters down from Leon, from West, from Mr. Dolan, to the players. So when I came in 1967, the Knicks had always been the doormats. They couldn't beat Boston. They couldn't beat Philly. And, then we got Eddie Donovan. We got Red in there. So it started to filter down to the players, and we became champions. So I see that happen now. We got the right management there. We got the players. The other thing about this team, they like each other. So on our team, we had no ego problems. We didn't care who scored the points or whatever. We just wanted to win, and that's the way I see this team. They don't have any ego problems, so they get along. It's manifested on the court now, Alan. You see all the assists that they are piling up.
Yeah, that's true.
These guys, every game now, 30 assists, over 30 assists. Sharing means caring. I'm always saying that, man. That's what it is.
Well, Clyde, it's always a pleasure, man. Enjoy this run, and let's see if we can bring home a championship again.
You're the best. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
That is the great Walt Clyde Frazier. And I remember being back, I guess when we were on the West End, and I was doing a Ranger game, and the Knicks were playing at the same time. And so it was between periods, and I just had finished up my intermission report, and I went into the newsroom and was watching the Knicks, and they're getting blown out in a miserable season. And Walt actually said on the air, "Can we just have running time?" And he was the only guy that can get away with that, right? Because you're not going to reprimand Walt Clyde Frazier. He had seen it all.
But he was saying what we were all thinking.
But he was like, "Can we just let's just get out of here?"
Yeah.
And it wasn't that long ago. When would that have been? Maybe you know the bad years better than anybody.
Oh, yeah, you got 2018, 2017.
It might have been even before that.
They had some bad years there, and then there was also how far back are we going here? Because if it's West End, it's got to be in the teens.
Yeah, it's probably maybe like 11, 12,
yeah,
13.
No, not 11, 12, 13.
Not 12,
Those
13.
were good years.
It might have been just after
14, 15.
Yeah, maybe
15 was bad.
we might not have been on West End.
Okay.
I just remember him saying that.
Yeah.
And now we get to here. That's why I asked him, did you ever at one point just say, it's just not going to happen here? You remember, I can't, and not because of where I worked, but Michael and I, and Peter too, were always defending Jim Dolan. Because I'm like, listen, how can it work for the Rangers and not work for the Knicks? Same owner.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Why? And it just hiring the right people, right? It's just managing the right people. He hired the right people with the Rangers. He didn't hire the right people with the Knicks.
Well, Phil Jackson seemed like the right person until he got to
become a saboteur.
And he started doing things, and you're like, whoa, why would you do that? Why would you
saboteur.
And that is exactly it. And, and that's why, and I'm glad that Clyde brought up Leon Rose and William Wesley and brought them in. And, of course, the first thing everybody says is, wait, this guy's a play agent. What does he know about running a franchise? Why would you do that? And you saw Leon Rose come in, and then it's Leon Rose doesn't talk to the media. He's never available. He doesn't say anything. You know why? Because he just wants to work. Just let me do the work. You'll trust me. Let me do the work. And there was a moment last night that his daughter shared on Instagram that someone happened to video, And when the final seconds were ticking off the clock last night, he was crying.
Yeah.
He got real emotional. Wes behind him, wiping tears from his eyes. You know how much it means to these guys?
No, it means a lot.
He took a risk, a gamble.
He did.
He was one of the most successful basketball agents in the world. And he said, let me
And I think
try
that pays
this.
well. I think that pays well.
Very well. So let me try this. And I think I told you guys this story last summer. He was honored, and I happened to be hosting the event that he was honored at. And he was given a trophy, and he stood there and he said, the next time I accept a trophy from someone, I want it to be Adam Silver. And I've always, throughout the year, I kept reminding him of that, like, I know that means everything to you. And it could still come to fruition. And I think that's probably what hit him, is it's like, this is all I want. I just want to get that trophy, because that is the ultimate goal of anyone who takes over a franchise. That's all you want. Have somebody come in as obsessed with winning as you are as a fan. And that's what Leon Rose is, and that's what he's put together, despite the fact that he's not available every day to talk to the media. Who cares? Build your team, get it, and win. And winning is the only thing anybody really cares about in the end, not how available you are to the media and all that other stuff.
Well, it was a risk to have a guy that had never been in a managerial position to run this team. But if you think about it, I remember thinking it at the time, what was the biggest issue the Knicks had, besides the losing, is make this an attractive place to come.
Right.
Player
friendly.
What was the words
the Knicks weren't
KD
cool.
said? They weren't cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you hire a guy that knows players, that ran an agency, you can all these guys talk. Just get the word out. Like, hey, Leon Rose knows what he's doing over there.
Worldwide
New York's
West.
not that bad a place. Worldwide West.
Is there nothing
we
cool?
know his reputation.
The guy is in a Jay-Z lyric.
Right.
That's cool as you can get.
Right. So that was probably where the risk was worth it, right? We've got an image problem here. We've got to change that. Once we get that out of the way and we become a destination, now we know that he knows how to run basketball, and he proved that over the years in the deals that he made. And even the Brunson deal, right? He didn't give up. Dallas wanted a first-round pick, right? In the original conversations,
they signed Brunson.
But when they were going to trade for him, remember when it was good, whether they're going to go with him or Mitchell, and they ended up signing him later on. But when there was a deal to be made, Dallas wanted a first-round pick, right?
That I don't remember.
That's what Michael was saying earlier today.
I'm drawing a blank on that one.
They said no, and they held on to the first-round pick.
They signed him as a free agent,
right?
But okay.
But there was
maybe they were going to do it at the trade deadline or something. I don't know.
They asked for him in a trade, and Dallas wanted a first-round pick.
Gotcha.
And you remember how they would give away first-round picks like chiclets, and they finally held on to them, and then they were able to turn that into heart. Like there was a whole great moments were had, because they made the right moves.
Yeah.
But they had an image problem that now no longer exists. Now it's a destination.
Mm-hmm.
And that during the game, they show that Giannis commercial for one of the apps, the gambling apps. And I was thinking about it when I saw the commercial. I'm like, he's the big loser in all this, right? Like, he probably just calculated that, the Knicks are going to blow it. They're going to want me. I'm going to end up in New York. He's not coming here. He's not coming here.
Think about the two moments, and both of them were late in the off season, where Leon Rose and company said no because the cost was too high. The first one was Donovan Mitchell, Utah. That deal everybody thought was done. R.J. Barrett was going to go. They were going to give up some picks, and they were going to bring in Donovan Mitchell. And the price just kept going up, and it got to a point where the Knicks said, forget it. We're not doing it. They gave R.J. Barrett an extension instead, and they passed. And then the Cavs swooped in, grabbed them, and everybody thought, you see, you missed out on yet another star. You couldn't land the star. Mm-hmm. I was frustrated at the time. I'll be the first to admit it, because it felt like another guy who wants to be here, and you couldn't get him. And yet, a few months later, they turned R.J. Barrett into OG Anunoby, a far better fitting piece. But yet a player that you're like, who? Right? You didn't really know of him unless you were a basketball fan. You knew who he was. But most people are like, who's this guy? And you get up R.J. Barrett, your number one, your first-round pick, and Emmanuel quickly.
And you know how New Yorkers hate giving up homegrown guys,
Oh, they
right?
hate it, right? And you're going, what are we doing?
Oh, I remember.
But pass on him. Now, the other one is last summer. Giannis, conversation, could have made a deal. It just was too much, and they said, no, not now. Not now. And they waited. If they don't wait, what happens? What are they? You have no idea.
Yeah.
But instead, they gave the Towns thing another shot with a new coach, and at times this year, it felt like that was a mistake, but it clicked at the right time. It's incredible. Some of the best deals, I know Michael says this all the time, some of the best deals you make are the ones you don't make.
There's so many moments in this season where we're like, this isn't working.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's working beyond anybody's expectations. Crazy. Let's go to Steve in Middle Village. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Steve?
I'm not Stephen A. I'm Stephen F. Seriously. And I'm the ghost of Knicks championships past. I'm honored to be on the same show with Walt Frazier. I was 17 in 69 and 20 in 73.
Oh, wow.
And those teams played team basketball. And that's the highest compliment I can give a basketball team or any of the professional sports that I watch. The past 2 years, your show made me pay attention to the Knicks again. I tuned into the middle of Game 6 with the Hawks, and it blew me away. I ran in because I was in the den. I told my wife about it, and she's a Mets fan, Don, and she said, I told her one of the scores. I said, "You're kidding me." I said, "Don't joke around." I said, "No." Their defense, the way they played the game, their attitude, ball movement, and the reactions after the series last night are like Clyde, Willis, and Bradley, and DeBusschere and all those guys. If this team wins, it will be the equal of those teams, if not better. If not even better. And one more point, and I'll shut up. Alan, you were the one who said a few years ago that the Knicks needed a point guard.
Yeah.
Getting Brunson and this crew is like the way they assembled the 1970s championship Yankees. Nettles, Chambliss, Munson, White, Reggie. You can root for these guys. They want to win. I'm getting goosebumps saying this, but thank you for all the stuff, and I'll shut up and let you go. Thank you.
Perspective.
It's great perspective because it's about trying to find the right combination. The chemistry to a championship is so fragile. All right, you've got the fantasy crowd who just wants to go pluck the best players, throw them together, and let's see if you can win. Then you got the analytic crowd. We got to find the guys that do this and this and this and this, kind of like the Mets, and put them together and just hope it comes together. And then there's let's find the right people to accomplish what we're looking to do here. And can they handle New York? Can they handle the situation? There's a lot of responsibility to come play for the Knicks. Not only do you have a dragon to slay, you're playing in the biggest city in North America. They've got a fan base that's you can't even define how deep it is and how passionate it is. And it goes beyond the numbers of just trying to find the right combination, the chemistry to make it work. And if anybody knew how to do it, they'd bottle it, they'd sell it, they'd make $1 billion. Yeah. But it's really hard because there's no exact science to it. It's just about finding the right combination of players and the right coach and push the right buttons and have the right circumstances happen. And we'll see. There's still a whole nother stage to go, and they've got plenty of time. This isn't going to start until June 3rd. So we're going to have plenty of time to break it down. But there's nothing wrong. I know Alan's like numb and wants to focus on the next task at hand, but I don't think there's anything wrong with a couple of days of celebrating what they accomplished here. First time in 27 years.
Oh,
next up, Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
Come on.
More calls at 1-800-919-3776. He's been in this situation. He'll be able to talk about it. Don Hahn Rosenberg till 6:30. That's Mets baseball on ESPN New York.
The New York Knicks, the NBA Finals. Finally.
And the New York Knicks are on their way to the NBA Finals. For the first time since 1999, the Knicks are Eastern Conference champions.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. This is ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I know how a serious accident can change your life just like that.
I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and I understand that with pain comes medical bills and time out of work.
Let us get you justice.
This is John Ryan, the closer. For over 35 years, our family has been getting accident victims every dollar they deserve.
I started this firm for the injured so they can bite back against the insurance companies.
Our legacy is to get you justice. Bite back.
To get you paid, bite back.
At D'Agostino and Associates, bite back means fight back. When you're hurt and they blame you, we bite back and get you every dollar you deserve. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. 1-800-248-3222. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin Modern Windows and Doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
Hey, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. We believe going solar should be simple, and it should make real financial sense. We manage the entire process from start to finish and offer flexible solar payment options designed around your goals. When the numbers work, solar can lower your monthly cost and give you predictable energy for decades. And if you refer someone who installs with us, you can earn up to $1,000. Visit precisionsolar.com to schedule your free home assessment.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. We went from bad to worse on the LIE eastbound moving through Queens right after the Clearview. A broken down tractor trailer in the center lane. Traffic is jammed there from just out of the Midtown Tunnel. We've got the Mets home tonight over at Citi Field. Already a bit heavy over at the Whitestone Bridge heading across the Upper East River. Your stop and go there from the Bronx side. Still have this big issue on the Cross Bronx westbound heading over to the outbound George. Right before the Deegan, a collision in the center lane involving a couple of tractor trailers. Stop there from the Bruckner on through. Inbound George, roadwork on the upper deck, about 20 to 30 minutes using 8095. Outbound Lincoln already about 15 to 20. Outbound Holland close to a half hour. This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, don't waste another weekend doing lawn care yourself. Partner with the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way. Sign up at truegreen.com. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Harry Douglas here. I don't wait for birthdays to celebrate. I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes like rich vanilla birthday cake with buttery funfetti goodness. Seriously, it's unapologetically extra in the best way. And it's sugar-free, so I get all that cake flavor without the guilt. It's tiny, portable, and ready for whenever I need a quick boost. I keep one with me because you never know when you'll need a little party energy. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Waiting on Patrick Ewing. Should be fun to talk to him on a Knick day for sure. 1-800-919-3776. Knicks advance to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. It will not start until next Wednesday. That's June 3rd. Game 5 tonight between the Spurs and the Thunder. That series even at 2 games apiece. So they're going at least 6. So if one of the two can win the next 2, I think it'd be kind of fair. Decent time off for both. But there's a very good chance. Let's see, today's the 26th, so Thursday would be Game 6. So they'd be playing into Saturday, right? Am I doing the math right?
You mean in terms of how long they could be playing?
Right. So if there's a Game 7, they're going to play in Oklahoma City.
Saturday.
Game 7 on Saturday.
Right.
With the game, and if let's say the Thunder win, a home game, they wouldn't have to travel and not play till Wednesday. That's a decent amount of rest for them. Mm-hmm. Knicks will be off for 8 days, but still. Get them to play 7 games. Whoever's going to win.
Now tell me this.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Riddle me this, Alan or Don, whoever's the answer. Why is the NBA Finals not starting on a Thursday this year? Is it because of TV changes, or is it because of not wanting to go up against U.S. soccer?
It's going up against U.S. It's going up against soccer a couple of times. I don't know about U.S., but
no.
I don't think they did it that way. I do believe because it's set up where it's every other day. Except on the travel days. Then you get the extra days, right?
And they avoid the weekend. It'll be Friday and Monday.
It's one, right.
There's 3 Mondays. If this thing goes 7, there's 3 Mondays.
Yeah, right. So it's 1, 2, and then 2 days off.
Yep.
Then 3 and 4, and then 2 days off. And then 5, 2 days, 6, 2 days, 7.
But for at least the last 15 years, the final starts on a Thursday.
I got to take
Thursday,
a look.
Sunday.
I don't know, because I don't think, Anthony, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think the Stanley Cup Final has set their date yet.
They don't set a date?
I don't think they set a date ahead of time. Anthony, check that for me. Because remember, because ESPN ABC's got the Stanley Cup Final.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got to work around that, right? So they're probably trying to make it where every day there's something, right? There's hockey, there's basketball. Yeah. So you got to work that out.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the NBA is going to get precedent, but it's probably working something around there.
The NBA always sets its schedule like way in advance. Like you already know the date. Like June 3rd, that's your starting date.
Yeah,
doesn't change.
If you could just double check that for me, guys, if they have nailed down the Stanley Cup Final. We could have the West already decided tonight. Vegas is up 3-0 on Colorado.
What a series that is. That just blows your mind.
And with the favorite Carolina being up 2-1. What was that, Anthony? I'm sorry?
No, I don't see anything.
I think they're going to wait to see because they get started earlier. But maybe that has something to do with it. So they go Wednesday, Friday. They probably would want a Stanley Cup Final game on a Saturday for Hockey Night in Canada. That's probably how they're working. Just because they're on the same network, that's probably why they're doing it that way, because ABC and ESPN have the Stanley Cup Final this year. While we wait for Patrick Ewing, let's go back to we have Patrick. We have him. He's just seconds away. Seconds away. I can see Anthony waving his arms. So as soon as he's done with saying, you were my favorite Knick, even though I wasn't alive for most of your career.
Wow.
Patrick Ewing joins us here on Don, Hahn Rosenberg. How are you? Thank you for joining us on this special day. What's up, man?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Patrick, what was it like in the arena last night to be there? You're on the court. We were just talking with Clyde about it too. To be on the court in that moment, you've led this franchise to so many great moments, so many big stages. For you to be there, share that moment, see Jalen Brunson, who was a snotty little kid that used to take on vacations at one time in your life. What was that like for you, just personally be part of that?
It was remarkable. Things to see things come full circle. Me once upon a time when I was his age and battling, trying to get where he's gotten to right now. And, just to see his growth and his journey. And, once upon a time, that was Clyde. Once upon a time, that was me. John was also there. Alan was also there. So, once upon a time, that was us. And then to see the support that the team has gotten, not only at home, but also on the road. In all my time of playing in New York, I've never seen the fan support on the road as this team is getting now.
Patrick, you mentioned New York. So as you're preparing a future Knick to be a leader, as you were prepared, as you said, by Clyde, how much does New York and playing in Madison Square Garden play into preparing to be a New York Knick?
Well, I mean, I think that, Jalen has definitely shown that he's a New York Knick just by the way that his demeanor. He doesn't let anything rattle him. You have to have thick skin if you're going to play in New York. I think his mom and his dad has done an outstanding job of preparing him for for the journey that he's on.
You seem to be, seeing you last night, Patrick, that there was such a look of joy on your face. I think there are people out there who from a distance could think it's hard for guys who are on different teams to have this level of appreciation. But what I see in you is someone who wants this championship as much as anyone. How would you describe what this journey has been like for you, and how much seeing them win a title right now would actually mean to you?
I mean, it would mean a lot. I have to take my hat off to Leon and West and Jay, Mr. Dolan, for bringing not only myself back, but the majority of the guys that they have brought back. And we all feel like we are a part of it. I'm able to travel with them. I'm able to go to practice. I'm able to be in their meetings. I'm able to do, so many things with the team that, it makes me feel like that I am part. I'm not playing, even though I'm not playing. My era is long gone, but still, the last time I was telling somebody this last night, the last time that, when we won in '94, I really didn't enjoy that moment. So right now I'm gonna take this time and I'm going to enjoy the moment. The hat that I had on, last night, the last time I didn't even wear the hat. I had it in my hand. So all the things that I did not do, I wanted to make sure I was able to do this go around, even though I'm not physically part of this journey.
Now, they say youth is wasted on the young, right? So you're so much older, you can appreciate it. Can you
that is so true.
Can you tell the players, would you even bother telling the players to try to enjoy it, or you just figure, no, they're not going to be able to. They're just too caught up in the moment to understand?
Well, I think that, even if somebody had told me this back then, you have to live it. You have to live it. You have to go through it. That's why, what you just said, is so true, because the things that we've learned, during our journey of life, if we knew it back then when we were young, we would be so much smarter and so much further ahead.
Mm-hmm. One of the, and I don't think I've ever told you this in our conversations, but like one of the memories that that always stays with me is seeing you, because it's amazing that you told me, you just told us you didn't really enjoy the moment. But I'll never forget, it's a great photo, is when you clinched and you beat the Pacers in '94, your outstretched arms. It's almost like you were trying to hug the entire Garden that day. And in that moment, because that was for you, that was your coronation moment. That was your, I led them to the finals. This was going to be your destiny. And I guess you weren't, what were you thinking then in that moment if you weren't able to enjoy that? Because that's a lasting memory for me.
I was trying to embrace the city, and I was trying to embrace them the way that they were embracing me. But I was just, thinking about all the other things, all the other nuances that goes into, celebrating that. And I guess when you're going through the journey, it's hard to stop and smell the roses, and I think that's what I was trying to say. I didn't afford myself the opportunity to stop and I was locked in and like, okay, we're going to play Houston now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to get ready for Houston. So, I embraced the city because I was like, man, we finally got there after all these years. But then I was locked in trying to get us to win the championship. And unfortunately, it just didn't happen for us.
Talking to Patrick Ewing, is that still something that bothers you? You accomplished so much in your career, Hall of Fame, top players in the 75th anniversary, but is it still something that bothers you not getting that ring?
You know what? I don't think it bothers me. Of course, I think that I've had a great career. I'm disappointed that the fact that I was not able to bring a title to New York. I think that not only myself but my entire team fought and did the best job we could to try to bring us the title. But just being around, being a part of this, and feeling like I am, still, I give advice when I see advice is needed. I pat them on the back when that is needed as well. So I think that I am still a part of it.
I want to mention, because I remember when Karl Anthony Towns first came to the Knicks, there was a moment, I think he scored a basket, something happened, and he went baseline and saw you sitting there, and his face lit up, and he shook your hand like it was like one of those, oh my God, that's Patrick Ewing, And I remember after the game him saying that to me, like, did you see Patrick? I'm like, yeah, he sits at the game, but he really does bring you up a lot when he talks about the understanding of the legacy that he's now in as a center, as a starting center of the New York Knicks. What is your relationship with Cat, and what have you seen in his transformation this season to where he's playing, how he's playing right now?
We have a great relationship. We started our friendship from last year. I would call him when I see that, if there's something that I need to say to him, I would call him or send him a text. He would respond. We always said we're going to go out to dinner, but we haven't done that yet. He has his job that he has to take care of. But I think we have a friendship. I'm always giving him advice. It's like if I'm watching the game, even if I'm not at the game, and I see that, I can, because of body, I see something is troubling him. I reach out. I'm always there to be a sounding board. I think that, the coaching staff have done an outstanding job of preparing him and getting him to where he needs to be. And I just view myself as somebody who is, I'm not a coach. I'm not management, but I'm also a person that he can always use as a sounding board. So we're always texting each other, talking trash to each other, but I'm always there to support him and give him advice when advice is needed.
Patrick, we'd be remiss talking to one of the greatest big men to ever play the game to not ask you about who may be the newest great big man to play the game, and he could be there in the finals waiting for the Knicks. If they do end up playing San Antonio, which many people seem to believe is a more favorable matchup, when you watch Victor Wembanyama play, what goes through your mind about what you would possibly try to do to stop someone like him?
First of all, whoever we play, that's who we're going to play. You can't really have a favorite. So, OKC is a great team, and San Antonio is a great team. They'll let them two battle it out to see who will play. But Victor is a special person, special talent. I love not only his talent, but his mindset. He is like, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to dominate. I'm here to show everybody that what I can do on this court. He reminds me of myself in some ways where I was locked in. I had my game face on. I was always, focused and trying to get the job done. But he is special, man, for a guy to be 7'4" and to be able to move and shoot and do the things that he can do. It's special.
Patrick, this was an honor to talk to you. Good luck the next couple of weeks, and we'll see if the Knicks can bring home a title, man.
No, I really appreciate that, and go Knicks.
All right,
thanks, Patrick.
That is the great Patrick Ewing. I'm not sure if I've ever interviewed him before, so that was a thrill to get a chance to talk to him.
He's the best. I'm telling you, he's
You don't think so?
I don't.
You guys never had him on?
I think we have.
He was probably coaching a lot during those years, though.
Yeah, I guess you're
probably
right.
Not as available.
I feel like in the last couple of years we have. Maybe I'm wrong.
Now, I'll you know how they always say, like, sometimes when you meet your heroes, you might get disappointed, that kind of thing.
I feel like this is preemptive.
And of course it is.
2017.
2017. See,
you did have him on.
There we go.
So, I might have been absent. You don't know.
It's true. You could have been.
It's not a drop because it's him.
Yeah.
All right. Clearly, I know him, but there'd been so much of a precursor to people saying how bad he was with the media. He was always he had the menacing scowl. He was not easy to deal with. There was a lot of that buildup. So I was like, oh man, I don't want to meet him and find out that he's just, he's one of those guys, right?
Right.
Grouchy, grumpy, doesn't want to talk to anybody. And the first time I met him, there's a huge smile on his face, messing around with me, he likes to have fun, he likes to joke around, and it was such a relief that he was really, when you get to know him, he's deep down just a great guy, and the fact that he's back with the franchise, connected to the team, and has this relationship with Towns along with Brunson, it means the world to him. It really does. And if they win a championship, he'll be just as happy as if he had won a championship. And I'm telling you that because I've seen how he is around this group. So it's really cool. It's awesome to see because his reputation when he was a player was of the menacing scowl and the just in a bad mood all the time.
Right.
And he was bad with the media and all that stuff. But those who knew him well in the media said, no. When you off the record, he was great. And I'm telling you, his personality is awesome. I'm so happy that he's part of this right now.
All right. Calls to get to it, 1-800-919-3776. We've got ENN. That is coming up at 6 o'clock. And then at 6:30, it's Mets baseball. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The Garden waited.
I think of the fans. They are just the best fans and the most loyal, and they've been through so much.
New York waited.
The 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
The finals are here.
They haven't just been good. They haven't just been dominant. The Knicks have been completely unstoppable.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. This is ESPN New York.
If you think a new central air conditioning system is out of your budget, think again. Slomin's is here to change the game with their preseason super sale. They're now offering cutting-edge 18-SEER 2026 refrigerant-compliant R45 4B systems expertly installed by their certified technicians, all at the lowest prices of the year. That's right. Get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Plus, they're including a comprehensive service plan for 5 years, including annual system checks, filter replacement, and refrigerant to keep your AC running smoothly all summer long. Call Slomin's today at 516-932-7000 for your free estimate. But hurry, these cool savings won't last. That's 516-932-7000 or visit ac.slomans.com. 18-month promo period, no payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
The 2026 U.S. Open Tennis Championships are back, where the world's greatest city meets the world's greatest tennis players. Fan Week begins August 23rd. Experience the Mixed Doubles Championship on the 25th and 26th. And the U.S. Open Singles Championship starts Sunday, August 30th. All tickets on sale this Thursday, May 28th at usopen.org. The U.S. Open. Spectacular awaits.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
And the New York Knicks are on their way to the NBA Finals.
I am in disbelief. I have never, ever seen anything like this.
I mean, what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
It really is.
So let it sink in. I'll say it again. NBA Finals.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, let me ask you something. Would you seat your 3-year-old child on a windowsill? Would you seat them beside a lit fireplace or by the deep end of a pool? One last question. Would you seat your child in a car seat that's not correct for them? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Secure their future. Seat them in the correct car seat. For more information, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube. Stream the full Weekday Lineup live. Watch complete replays and catch up fast with can't miss highlights. Jump into the live chat, react in real time, and make your voice part of the show. Subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube now and stay locked in so you never miss a moment. Jacob, can you play that again? Because I think I stepped on a vibe for Peter.
Yeah. Well, no, you didn't step on a vibe.
What I do?
It was nice. What was 1, 2, 1, 2. A random Tribe Called Quest B-side. I'm not sure why he played it. You know,
there's always a reason.
99.
No.
Money on my mind. Never mind the trick. New York is the town and team is the Knicks.
Oh, so.
Oh yeah.
But it was the instrumental, so we didn't even hear it.
No, it was the tail end of it. The reason why I chose the tail end of it because somewhere in the beginning and somewhere at the end, there's a lot of. It's cursing. It's S-bombs and
he's an interesting fellow.
I know Q-Tip is a Jet fan. He's also a big Nick fan.
He is a big.
So I don't know why he's not on.
Wait, I got to hit him up.
Want me to text him?
You want to?
Oh wow.
He'd be happy to.
Don was flexing.
Go ahead, Don.
I just have his number, but
Don,
I think
I don't. For the record.
We don't listen. We all have different phone numbers. You've already flexed your Rolodex enough today, Alan.
Yeah, enough.
Calm down.
Really?
For God's sake.
We could.
Good Lord.
We could keep going.
But also, we should spread this out too.
Yeah.
Because we're not playing for 10 days.
We got a lot of days to fill with a lot of excitement. And if you're saying, enjoy the time while we have it before game one of the NBA, game one of the NBA final.
Yeah.
Game one of the NBA final.
Can you believe that?
Something.
Here in this city.
Oh, yeah. As you live and breathe.
My only NBA finals attendance were the Nets when they went to back-to-back.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. 02 Lakers swept, which means they won at the Meadowlands. None of it. I told you the story. Al Gattuso used to work here. Fat hands. Love him, though. He was a big Laker fan. So we had credentials to go on the court when the Lakers won. They had roped it off for the photographers and all that. And we situated ourselves where the Lakers exited.
Did you get a T-shirt?
No. We followed the Lakers into the room, got a hat.
Nice.
They handed me a hat. They thought I was, part of the entourage or whatever. But my wife, then girlfriend, now wife, worked with somebody who was a big Laker fan, so I gave them the hat.
Look at you.
Well, I'm not a Laker fan.
Look at you.
I know,
But
still,
the Spurs, I did shows from the Meadowlands. The Spurs here, me and Larry Hardesty doing shows pre and post and all that. That was fun. That's my last NBA Finals appearance. Was at the Meadowlands. Matter of fact, I think one of the games, you might remember this as a
23 years ago.
If it was a day,
Yankee fan, one of the games at the Meadowlands, Nets Spurs, was when the Yankees got no hit by like 6 different Astro pitchers. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I do not remember that.
That was big Meadowlands because that was the year the Devils won the Cup. So the Nets and Devils.
The reason why I don't remember any of that is because I was with the Devils. I was about to tell you that.
So you were going back and forth to Anaheim and
the whole thing.
And Nueva Jersey. And I'll never forget, just show you how far, and this is no offense to anybody.
No.
How far the NBA has come in the last 23 years. One of the halftime performers at the Meadowlands.
Queen Latifah.
No.
Beyonce.
No.
How far? So, no, it means it was someone bad because he's saying how far the
I'm not
NBA
saying
has
it's
come.
bad. I'm just not bad.
Maybe
but
before they were
we're in a
big.
different headspace now, is what I'll say.
It was like someone fading and not
No, but
great.
it was huge at the time.
Oh, it was huge.
But not exactly the genre you would think
Ricky
NBA.
Martin.
No. Not close. Early 2000s, big. Bunch of hits, but not something you would see
at an NBA game.
NBA Finals.
A rock band, basically.
No.
Not a rock band?
All right, just give us.
All right.
We're not going to figure it out.
Celine Dion.
Jewel.
Jewel.
Yes, we've talked about this.
Yes,
That's
we've
right.
had this. That's right, Jewel.
It's, it's so 03, right?
Yeah.
I know. People were still half in and half out. Like, make up your mind. What are we doing? Like, in all respect to Jewel, but like, is that setting the world on fire at the NBA Finals?
You were meant for me. Her strumming along to You Were Meant for Me.
We love You Were Meant for Me. But is it the vibe? That's the question.
All right. We've got a big 5 o'clock hour. More of your calls to get to at 1-800-919-3776. ENN at 6. Mets baseball at 6:30. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, June 20th, as we celebrate Aaron Judge winning the 2025 American League Most Valuable Player Award. It's Aaron Judge MVP Bobblehead Day, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will receive a special bobblehead commemorating Judge's MVP season. The Yankees take on the Cincinnati Reds Saturday, June 20th. Get your tickets now at yankees.com/tickets.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, I'll spend 6 months living with a Honduran capuchin monkey troupe to learn how to pick things up with my feet, so I never have to lift a finger again.
Oh, you'll be a hit at dinner parties. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Looks like it's going to be a gorgeous night for a ball game in Queens. If you're getting a jump start on the Mets game over at Citi Field, hitting the brakes on the Grand Central eastbound, a crash in the right lane by Northern Boulevard, backing you up to LaGuardia. Just a bit heavy at the Whitestone Bridge, heading across the Upper East River from the Bronx side. Still your worst ride to the outbound George Cross Bronx westbound. They finally picked up that crash involving a couple of tractor trailers right before the Deegan. Damage is done. You're slammed there from the Bruckner on through. through. Inbound George, stick with the lower deck. Upper level underneath the apartments, a broken down truck, about a 20 to 30 minute ride from 8095. Outbound Lincoln Oranje, about 20 to 30. Outbound Holland, close to 40. This report is sponsored by True Green. Don't waste another weekend doing lawn care yourself. Partner with the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way. Sign up at truegreen.com. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds. You can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
ESPN New York. Now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys.
It's totally time.
Nothing gets you more pumped up for a big championship series than this.
Halftime of an NBA final playing this?
It kind of made sense at the time. Listen, it was Nets Spurs, okay?
Fair point.
Yeah, by the way,
they're probably getting hockey numbers at that point.
By the way, though, if any series needed something a little stronger than Jewel,
right,
it was that series. Like they should have been trying to get NWA back together. They should have been bringing out the entire Wu-Tang. Like, you got to do something to spice that series
just
up.
Jersey. You had all.
Get Redman and Naughty by Nature.
Let's get somebody. It's Jersey, so let's get somebody as far away as humanly possible. How about Alaska?
Yeah, and no vibe, and just not the vibe. But I'm a fan.
Mets, I am too.
Don't hate it.
Mets Reds coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. Yankees open up a series with the Rays. No, they don't. Where is this from?
Oh no!
This series, they open up a series.
Hold on.
They continue their series with the Royals.
There you
go. Cut and paste. I'd be letting people go.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
Coverage
sounds good. And he's out.
And he's there. You go.
Nope.
Right on cue. Spurs Thunder Game 3. That's on 10:50.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not game. Oh.
No, he did it again.
Fault.
No. I didn't press that, by the way. He pressed that. Or Jacob did.
That was me.
No, Jacob.
My fault. I fell for it. I said to cut and paste. I'm Ron Burgundy.
And you can't help yourself. You're still going.
Don's an ass on 10:50 at 8 o'clock. Joined in progress after the Mets.
Where's my damn drop? Why can't I find it?
Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Can I remind everybody, also, because now it'll be 9 days till we get to see more of this glorious Knicks basketball, that we will continue on MSG doing these hour pregame shows.
You bet your
We
ass.
got an hour and a half last night post. Like, we blew it out.
Oh, you should.
Because you want to get every player. You want to get the whole part of the celebration. The Jalen Brunson being awarded the Eastern Conference Finals MVP and all that stuff. And so that's what we'll be doing throughout throughout the finals as well. Yes, MSG Network at the finals with just wall-to-wall coverage, everything you want before and after every game, plus finals preview, media day stuff. Like, we're going to do a lot of stuff, so we'll keep you posted. But stay on MSG.
We're doing 90-minute pre's during the finals on.
How about
kidding
that?
me? How about that?
Pat O'Keefe.
New York also.
Pat O'Keefe working. Donating all the money to charity, too.
I heard that.
Such a mensch. 1-800-919-3776. A lot of people have been on hold for a while, including David and Elizabeth. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, David?
Fellas. Hollywood Hahn, Don, Radio Rosenberg. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like I told Chef this morning, it's surreal, man. Like I can't believe it. Like we're really at the big dance, and I want to say that I'm a tweener. I'm the age 39, so I remember 94 a little bit. I remember 99 for real, and now I get to finally soak it in the proper way. Paul,
That's right.
With us going with this finals run. Gentlemen, real quick, before you guys let me go, I just want to say two things. Number one, DiPietro Rothenberg, all weekend you messed me up, man.
Why?
I get the traffic lights, and the first thing I think of, AOT, send them to the store, get some Baja Fresh. I can't stop thinking of that because of you. I'm like, yo, this guy messed me up all weekend.
You want to get for Baja Fresh?
There you go.
Oh, yo, fellas, oh man. Yo, and the final thing is this, man. Like, yo, we went from the opposing teams, which was the Cavaliers, playing water games on our home court,
Bottle flip.
and now we finished you on your home court.
Yep.
And I don't know what the future holds for us, but I'm gonna be a positive fan, and we'll see what happens, man. I'm not like everybody else is gonna start predicting certain things. I just hope they play to the best of their beliefs and their strengths, and they put their best foot forward. Go Knicks.
All right.
Appreciate it, fellas.
And it's come down to the final, so any championship, no matter where it's won, is going to be appreciated. But I guess the only negative, if you can find anything in a sea of positives, is that they haven't been able to close out these series at home, right? It's all been on the road, and partially it's the fault of the Sixers and the Cavs for not putting up much of a fight and losing all the games. But, boy, God, you just hope if they do win the title, how great and glorious would it be if it was at the Garden?
Game 6.
Unreal.
Glorious.
Right? I mean, you'll take it no matter what.
I got to try to find a way to get in this building because it ain't through the suite. So I got to try.
No, this is tough, man, because you know what happens is once you get to the finals, like all bets are off, right?
Oh, yeah.
All your connections are dead. You've got to get all the credentials through the NBA. The NBA takes over your building. Right. Same thing happened to the NHL when the Rangers went to the Stanley Cup final.
Did you see how much already some of these tickets are going for?
Like $3,200 for the nosebleeds. This is why people go to Cleveland, because it's cheaper to fly to Cleveland, get a hotel, buy tickets, than it is to just go to the Garden.
And remember, we looked last week. It wasn't that cheap in Cleveland for 3. I'm sure 4 got cheap. I'm sure 4 got. But 3 at first was still a ticket.
Well, especially after how they beat Detroit, right? They lost the first 2 games on the road, and then they came home. And
they game 3, they thought, okay, like hold serve, that whole thing, and the way that game went.
Oh, and then even after game 3, you had Kenny Atkinson.
Analytically, I think we've won 2 out of 3.
Hey, they're sticking with him.
Well, he's coming back as coach.
We'll hear some during ENN, but he's that wasn't what you want.
I understood what he was trying to do. Obviously, his team didn't listen. Well, again, they came out hard in the first quarter. Do whatever you got to do to get your team to believe.
We don't live in a version of America, though, where you can do that anymore.
Well, it's not in there, but the thing that made me laugh out loud was, all right, he's doing the analytical thing, whatever. And then he's like, but we're down 3-0 if that's how you follow it. Like, no, that's how everybody follows it, Kenny. I mean, honestly, no, that's how the scoreboard tells us the story, okay? I mean, but desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess, so it didn't cost him his job. Let's go to Ricardo in Cliffside Park. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, man?
Gentlemen, this guy's orange and blue. Last night, and I do apologize, I'm setting up for an event as we speak, but I got very emotional watching them win. And I know it's not the championship, It's been a crazy year for me personally, and I'll share it with you guys. I'm going to battle, of stage 4 kidney cancer, which I'm winning and I'm beating, so I'm good. Everything's good on my end.
Hang in there, man.
Out of way, man.
And then I was the guy who called up. I spent $817 on the Knicks in the Garden, and I went to Philly to watch them play too as well.
There you go.
But where it really hits home is that I still have my champion John Starks jersey, and that jersey was kind of almost stolen from a cousin of mine who passed away about 10 years ago. And if there's one person that if I could really wish, and just to even see this run, not even just to even win a championship, because we saw 94, we saw 99. We were both in high hopes of John Wallace becoming this big, great hope for the New York Knicks. We bought his jerseys and all that stuff. But being able to see this now, being able to live it and being a part of it, really brings back 94, 99. And I'm really hoping and praying that they do win this year, because it's a good way to just say, you know what, finally we did it, and finally we won. And gentlemen, I love you guys. Continue the positive, continue believing in this team. And I'm telling you, and Alan, by the way, you and I are on a Knicks commercial together. It was the first year we got Karl Anthony Towns. It was a promo video for the opening of the season. But again, I want to thank you guys. I love you guys, and let's go Knicks.
Keep the faith, Ricardo.
Yeah, you hang in there, man.
Right.
And
We got
it's people like you that is the reason why you want to see this thing happen.
Right.
You know, it's part of your life, and you've wanted to see it your entire life. And I think 1973, like you said, you'd have to be like 60 to remember in detail that last championship. And I know most of our callers and listeners are way under 60. So they're seeing something for the first time in their life. But you got something to tell us, Alan.
I
don't
do.
you?
Oh, does he? Are you sure?
Not
According
yet.
to my information.
No,
Not yet.
he's not comfortable with it.
No,
yet.
not yet.
Not yet.
No, he's not.
What's
He needs a moment.
Alan, 5'10".
Yeah, well, who is Alan? Really?
You know what? I'm just going to share it with you.
Okay.
No, it's
Think of
okay.
that.
Go ahead.
Wow. Well, with Xfinity, Don, you already enjoy ESPN as part of your TV lineup with live games and daily sports coverage, expert analysis, and now the ESPN Unlimited plan is available at no extra cost. No additional costs. No cost at all. No, not extra cost. Giving you access to additional ESPN content in the ESPN app. You get on-demand programming and originals to explore. Visit xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited access. Then start watching in the ESPN app. More from ESPN, all in one place.
Dan is in Saratoga. You're on ESPN New York. Feels like a good day to be in Saratoga. How are you, man?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good, Dan.
Good. So, hey, listen, I am 38 years old. I'm a diehard Knicks fan, just like everyone else calling up. I go back to Othello Harrington, friggin' Chris Dudley, Chris Duhan, Michael Sweetney. I mean,
strange pulls left and right. Look at you.
The whole Georgetown.
Clarence Weatherspoon.
Every late 90s Georgetown player there was.
Weatherspoon.
Yeah, Sweetney's a special one.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Eddie Curry. I mean, remember that one. But anyway,
Jerome
so
James.
yeah,
How about that one?
That's a good one. So yeah, I've lived through it. But I just last night, to me, Alan, I agree with you. Like, I'm in lockstep basically. Like, I was so happy that it was like numb. I wasn't jumping up and down. My wife goes to me, "You see those hats? Let's go on and get those hats right now." I'm like, "No, I want the finals hats. I don't want the Eastern Conference finals. I want the finals hats."
It's funny you say that.
Maybe that's a little bit greedy on my end, but I'm telling you, it's just, I'm ecstatic. I can't even explain to you, but it's like weird. Like, I'm so happy, I'm like calm. It's very odd. I don't know.
No, it's
But,
great. It's a great place to be. It's called Nirvana. It's awesome.
Enjoy
Yeah,
it. It'll
exactly.
change the closer you get to the actual games coming up next week, but so enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, June 3rd will be anxiety again.
Sure.
It's coming. But enjoy
Yeah.
it while you can.
But I think we have a good shot regardless of either whoever we play. I like how we match up with San Antonio. I know Wemby will be a problem, but Mitchell Robinson gives them fits, even if it's in spurts. OKC, I mean, I am worried, but they are hobbled. And is it true Shea's not playing tonight? Did I see that? With
No,
an oblique?
I did not see that Shea's not playing. There's
No,
something
I
new
didn't
on that
see that.
front.
That's
That
fake
would've-
news. Of
that
course,
would-
I
that
saw it
would've
on
been
Twitter.
bigger
I
news.
saw it on Twitter.
AJ Mitchell is out. I know
Mitchell's
that.
out.
Yeah.
Shea fine.
Yeah.
SGA's
I
not
got
in. That would be a
with
big
the
deal.
fake news. Yep.
Don't be sports
Thanks,
pickle.
guys. I really appreciate it.
All right,
I got
thanks, Dan.
pickled.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
you
Be
don't want to
careful.
get sports
Watch out.
pickle, especially this time of year.
Never admit that out loud.
We've
Sounds
talked
weird.
about this many times. Like I've been fortunate. My team's winning championships with the Devils, the Giants, not so much the Mets, but it's really difficult to wear, league championship stuff, Eastern Conference final stuff. Now, if they don't win the finals, maybe you'll embrace it a little bit more. But right now, you can't be buying any Eastern Conference merch. Can't do it. You mess with the juju, right? That's not the destination. The destination's the championship. Now, if you don't win the championship and you want to maybe grab a shirt,
Is
because
that
it was an
stuff still
amazing
available?
run.
Like, can you go back? Like, if they
Everything's available
if
now
you-
online, right?
I guess so.
It's not like
huh?
I've got to go run to Modell's and get it, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get a T-shirt or a key ring or
The hat
something.
was fire. I got to say that.
No,
I like that.
but the hat's not. You can't be donning the hat.
I'm with you
because
no,
that's not the
No, I'm good.
destination. But a month from now, if you don't win, you want to honor the run. It's been an amazing run.
Still a banner.
So you have a hat. They'll put a banner up for it, and rightly so. You won something. See, that's the thing. That's why the first 2 rounds are kind of playoff adjacent, because you're not winning anything. You won the East. That's something.
Yeah,
it's not the goal, but it's something.
But you're still Eastern Conference champion.
But like right now, honestly, I'm just telling you right now, it's at name on the back of a Yankee jersey level. If I'm walking the streets of Manhattan, I see an Eastern Conference championship hat.
That level?
Can't do it.
Name
Can't do
on
it.
the
Can't
back?
do it. Cannot do it. You're playing for a fight. No. You want to buy it after the fact. I get it, because that was it.
You
But
agree with this?
No.
Well, hey, listen, I live in my own little
No,
world.
no,
You
you're
know
not.
that.
No, because if you're really excited right now, here's how I look at it. If you wait till the finals are over and they lose, then that championship hat becomes this like sad consolation hat. Hear me out.
Really
if you get it
does.
now, you get to enjoy the next week of like, yeah, baby, we're the conference champs.
Yeah, but
That's the point. That's a great point. Now, Don, hear us out. Hear us
All right,
out.
all right.
Hear us out.
I give you one over.
If you won Game 7 and you had 2 days to play a Game 1 in the NBA Finals, I get it. Don't get the hat too soon. But you got 9 days. Can I take a vacation for 9 days and just enjoy?
That's right.
The hat for 9, and then I'll put it away. Not going to wear it during the finals.
No, here's why.
No, okay.
I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah, no, good.
Take the cue from your team that refused to celebrate winning yesterday, refusing to celebrate the Eastern Conference. Why? Because they haven't reached their destination yet. All right?
Well, they should feel that way. But I'm a fan.
But I know. But as a fan, knowing your team didn't celebrate, knowing your team still has another round to go.
That's how I was last night.
I feel like there's a contentment there that I hear what you're saying, because there's a little bit of a gap.
Okay.
I don't. It feels like you
So
reached somewhere.
So hold on. You're going to wait for them. Just playing this out in a bad scenario, they lose 4-1 in the finals.
Right.
Are you now ordering the champion, the Eastern Conference
I'm not
championship
mad at
shirt?
you if you order it now.
He's convinced me.
If you ordered it now.
But will you be excited to wear it if they just lost the finals?
Because I'll tell you why. As disappointed as you'd be, and immediately you'd look at that hat and want to spit on it. But sometime down the Jersey Shore or out in the Hamptons or whatever in August, you're going to look back at this run and go, oh, man, we won maybe more, but like at least 11 straight games in the postseason, demolishing teams. I want to honor that. I want to reflect on that as a great season. One of the great Knicks seasons in over a quarter century.
That's a hat.
And I could have a hat with it.
Think about it. That's a hat that will age well. Because you think about whenever a team goes on a run, this has been historic. This is a year that all you calling in that are in your 20s, you're going to be talking about this when you're our age. And you're going, hey, remember that year in 2026 when they couldn't lose a game and they were beating teams by 20? Like, this really happened. Kids will be looking at you going, they won by 20 every night. That never happened. The league must have sucked back then.
You'll be talking about that.
Like, you're going to be talking about this. So that hat ages better. When you think about remember the 94 hats. They didn't win that championship. They got to Game 7. But that run had moments in it. And that run was special for different reasons. First time they got there since 73, all that stuff. So that hat, as it gets older, has more nostalgia to it.
I don't
Immediately, no, I'm with you. They lose in the finals. I don't want to go near that hat. But I'll put it on the shelf. I'll leave it there. And years from now, somebody will be like, oh, I remember that year. That was a great year. Right?
I actually can see this both ways.
Convinced me now.
I can see this both ways. Like I hear
Don's convinced me.
I hear his argument, but if I heard from a fan who went, I'm so happy, I'm stopping by Modell's on my way home from work, and I'm putting on the hat, and I'm wearing it for the next week. I hear that, too. I mean, listen, the
Jake's
team...
out. He doesn't
Yeah,
agree with us.
I'm out. I'm not, like, let's say if they get smoked in the final, I'm not going back to order Eastern Conference Finals.
So that actually doesn't...
Yeah.
So now you're actually not agreeing with them.
So
you're with me.
three rounds?
No, I agree with you.
You're with me.
I disagree with
Yeah,
Don.
you would buy
I
it right
disagree.
now, or you're not getting it at all.
I would get it now.
No, but you
No,
Because then if
get
they win the title, you're not going to get that either. You get a
Just
world
put it on
champion.
the shelf, though. You're not wearing it around
Would you wear
town.
it? Would you wear it leading up to the finals?
There you go.
That's the question.
I would wear it for a couple of days, but I'm not going to wear it probably like a day or 2 days before the finals because after a while, I'm probably going to have a Knicks shirt or something other Knicks gear to represent for my team.
I think this is a both sides can be right kind of situation.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at
But like I will say, like, because some hats are like limited edition. So even if you won't get it then, you won't be able to get it later. So I'll probably get it at that time.
You know what's funny? All my giant Super Bowl hats, I never wore them. I save them. I don't want to wear them.
Where do you got them? You have them?
I have them on top of my television in the man cave.
It's not bad. You get to look at them
and I did have merch of the championship win against the Vikings, NFC champions.
No, didn't hit right. Well, especially since you won 2 after that.
Well, but in the moment, you had it, but it's like I don't know. It just kind of just reminded you of the loss. But again, this Nick thing,
something.
This is kind of what I always used to argue with the Colts when they'd rest Peyton Manning in week 16 with a 15-0 record. Like, we don't need to go undefeated. No, every year there's a champion. Every year there's something special that happens, but you have a chance to do something that nobody has ever done before. Mm-hmm. Like, even if the Knicks were to lose in the finals, you could say our run was historic. Like, nobody has beaten teams or pummeled teams the way we did and had that run. Like, that's
May
still
of
special.
2026 is the greatest month in the history of the franchise.
Right, and I think that's something worth celebrating as opposed to if you're a team like the Yankees that wins a lot, that would be silly walking around with an American champion because you've won 27 championships. That seems silly. But in going to the finals for the first time in 27 years, having the run that you had, you need to celebrate that. This is not your ordinary trip to the finals. It's not. Mm-hmm. Every year somebody represents the Eastern Conference in the finals, right? Like the Pacers. I'm sure they're very proud of their run, mm-hmm. and they're the defending Eastern Conference champions until last night, right? Nothing compared to this Knick run.
Oh my God.
No. You know, people are going to be talking about this, but hopefully there's more to talk about in the coming weeks. More of your calls at 1-800-919-3776, 6 o'clock ENN, 6:30. That's baseball. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The New York Knicks, the NBA Finals. Finally.
And the New York Knicks are on their way to the NBA Finals. For the first time since 1999, the Knicks are Eastern Conference champions.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. This is ESPN New York.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends Friday. Take the test.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Did your dog just get groomed?
she's got a pep in her step.
Actually, she's gotten famous. She's one of 18 dogs on the New Jersey Dog Scratch-Offs from the New Jersey Lottery.
What?
Yeah, New Jersey voted, and 18 dogs were chosen.
Well, look at her.
It's gone to her head a bit.
Play the New Jersey Dog Scratch-Offs, featuring 18 real New Jersey dogs and a top prize of $200,000.
Oh, are you a famous doggy? Yes, you are.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or somebody knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. I'm big on having the right game plan, on the ice and at home, which is why I use Viking Pest Control myself as the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils. Viking has been protecting homes for over 45 years with expert pest control service and solutions tailored just for you. From ants and cockroaches to rodents, stinging insects, and backyard mosquitoes, Viking keeps pests out of your house and out of the play. Bundle pest control with mosquito services and save big. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Viking Pest Control, protecting your home inside and out.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We've got the Mets home tonight over at Citi Field and still hitting the brakes on the Grand Central eastbound. Crash over by Northern Boulevard. You're bumper to bumper from LaGuardia. Just a little bit of extra company at the Whitestone Bridge heading across the Upper East River from the Bronx side. After that, expressway in good shape approaching the stadium. Best of it's the outbound George West Side Highway and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound still not moving much from the Bruckner on through. Inbound George broken down truck on the upper deck picked up just about 5 to 10 from 80-95. Outbound Lincoln the way to go 15 to 20. Outbound Helena and you 20 to 30. This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, don't waste another weekend doing lawn care yourself. Partner with the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way. Sign up today at truegreen.com. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code SMART to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code SMART to borrow up to $10,000. Use code SMART to borrow up to $10,000.
Continue with your phone calls at 1-800-919-3776. Believe it or not, there's other things going on in the world, including the Mets getting swept by the Marlins over the weekend.
Boy. Well, hold on. They did more than that this weekend. They also then lost to the Reds.
Yeah, so they just get
Don't forget, they jumped into another losing series.
4-game losing streak. They're now back to 10 games under 500. So that little run, everything's good. Now you're right back to square one again. And
dead.
The Marlins series, and again, you caught up with the Knicks, and it was the holiday weekend. On Saturday, it's game 2 of the series. It's the 9th inning. They're losing 4-0. To that point, they had not had a batter at the plate with a runner in scoring position the entire series. But back-to-back doubles, meaningless, made it 4-1. They lost the game. And then they lose the game on Sunday on a grand slam home run to win the game. And again, listen, it would have been a sacrifice fly anyway, but add insult to injury, it's a home run. Then a no-show yesterday in which your best pitcher gets clubbed again. McNeil does not look good his last 2 starts. And listen, he's entitled to have a bad start here and there, but not when your team's awful. What did I say?
McLean?
What did I say? McLean. McNeil, I'm having fantasies of when the team was good. Thank you for saving me.
Those guys weren't liked. They had to go.
Oh, listen, they weren't winners.
No.
So what we do when you come close to winning, you know what? We'd rather just be awful. And that's what they are. Yankees.
Well, they're good at that.
Again, not playing great, but Judge with the walk-off on Sunday.
That was special. Great call by
Anthony.
Rucco.
How about Anthony? Listen, he's a producer of an afternoon drive show. He makes quite a bit of money, but I was surprised. He put 5 G's down on Judge hitting the home run.
Right before.
At plus like 1,500, so.
Yeah, I mean, talk about lunch on Anthony.
Lunch is on Anthony. I mean, he that was quite the bet.
Can we just have lunch on the table and he pays for it? I don't want it to be on Anthony.
I don't know. Why don't we just have lunch together? We haven't done that in a while.
Like gentlemen, you're saying.
And then they didn't walk it off in Kansas City, but they came back. It looked like it was going to be a bad loss after Witt had the home run in the top of the 8th inning, and then they come back, and Volpe's in the middle of that, and he's not playing too bad. So,
Volpe's doing enough to stay in the conversation, is he not?
Yes, he is.
Remember that was before the weekend. Wasn't there some stuff about getting him to work out a little bit at second base?
Yeah, that's right. Well, the fact is that he's not being sent back to the minors. So that's
he did what he needed to do.
Job one, right?
Good on him.
Stay in the bigs.
Right.
But that was a big win on Sunday because you don't want to keep losing ground to the Rays after getting rained out on Saturday.
3.5 back, 10 over though at least.
Well, listen, it's their mirror images of each other. The Yankees and the
Rays,
Mets.
Man, they just.
I'm telling you, at some point, now we can say this Knicks run, positive or negative, is going to end in the NBA Finals, right?
Yep.
When the dust settles on that, what's baseball got for us? The Yankees are the better story, second place, so there's a lot to follow there. Mets are dead stick.
Think about this though. When you bring that up, the Mets are probably the team that's going to really deal with it the most because the Yankees are going to obviously go to the forefront clearly.
Mm-hmm.
But when this run is over, let's say it goes 7, goes all the way to the 19th, right? Training camp for the NFL begins in mere weeks after that.
Yeah, then you're done. Then it's just
and that's
about
the behemoth that
there.
takes over. And, Jets, Giants, and all the attention that goes to them. So if you're the Mets, it's almost like the Knicks have given you cover, and then you're just going to have to deal with an all-star break, and then football starts, and then you'll have cover there.
You just wonder if they're itching, and I don't have any idea if they are thinking about this, of making a change at manager. Now's the time to do it, right?
Kind of getting late, isn't it?
But everybody, I'm just saying that everybody's focused on the Knicks and all that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
If you want to do it where you're not going to get a lot of shade, it's probably now. And then, new manager comes in. Oh, look, they got a new manager after the Knicks run is over. And then, but you got to, listen, they tried to call up the kids. That worked for a little while, and now it didn't work. Everybody's getting injured. So I understand it's bad timing to let Mendoza go when everybody's hurt. But
is there evidence that he should at this point, though? Like, is there anything that's pointing to it other than they just?
Well, the evidence that's pointing to it is that all right, they decide they can't make a deal. They didn't want to fire the manager, so let's call up the kids. And you got a little bit of a spurt, and now you're right back to square one again. Yeah. So obviously that didn't have legs. So what's next to do? So I don't know. I don't know. They've got me completely.
You really.
Befuddled.
I've never heard you do that.
I don't know what to say.
You're making your points.
What else is this
and
say?
Then you just get to that point where you're like, I don't know.
I mean, I've had my rants. I've said things. It is what it is, man. All I kept saying to all the people was when they went on that little bit of a run, oh, it's still early. No, it's not. They're not good. Not a good team. And you could tell me about the injuries, but the guys that are hurt are all guys that either weren't producing anyway or always get hurt. So I don't know what's going to happen, but you know what?
Can we speak about? Let's just stay with Joy today.
Let's stay with Joy,
shouldn't we?
Let's absolutely. I'm 100% with you. And let's go to AJ. He's out in Dallas. You're on the ESPN.
AJ.
What's up, AJ?
Hey guys, how you doing? Big fans of y'all. And let's go Knicks. Oh man, it's been a long time coming.
You're telling me.
I just want to say I was listening to Michael K before you guys, and you were saying how Knicks have a chance and all, but he expects them to lose, and I hear that a lot. How the Knicks are like underdogs for the finals and all, and I don't get it. When you see how this team was playing for the past 11 games, the plus $1 million point differential, and then when you see even right now in the Western, I think they're the only team in the playoffs that hasn't lost by double digits, including OKC, who just lost Game 4.
Yeah.
And then when you look at Game 4 of OKC versus the Spurs, how they were down 20, SGA did not play the entire fourth quarter. You know who would play the entire fourth quarter? Jalen Brunson would, and we would have won that game. And so there's just so much excitement because for the first time I feel like not only could this team, we got to the finals, but we could win it all, and we could do it for another 3 years.
But you have
these guys for.
Well, You got a few things at play here. First of all, you have to understand why they're dogs, because the West was better than the East to begin with. And again, I don't want to take anything away from the Knicks' run here, but Atlanta, Philadelphia, and Cleveland aren't going to get people to think that they're better than San Antonio and Oklahoma City. Plus, the Thunder are coming off winning a championship, so I don't think there's anything wrong with the Knicks being a dog. All right, they've impressed people, but of course the West has been really good.
Yeah,
and we've seen,
and they have home court advantage. Both teams will have home court advantage.
And if we've seen anything, the regular season doesn't mean much. So the fact that the Knicks won 2 out of 3 from San Antonio, that doesn't matter.
Right,
it's a different world.
They're a dog. I heard this again on the morning show too. Some frustration from Rick about them being a dog to OKC, and Dave pointing out that they're actually a somewhat sizable dog based on the numbers you see right now. Guys, this is an incredible run. We everything we've seen is amazing. You cannot take away the champion with home court advantage, who's been consistently great, and it doesn't matter.
Right, why do you take that stuff so personal?
Who cares?
Well, they'd be the favorite.
Okay.
Okay, great.
You know what that means? If you keep betting them, you make more money.
Yeah, well, there's that. Which you've put a lot of shekels in your pocket. But it's also, to me, and if you're a Knicks fan that doesn't like the narrative of it's been an easy path, you want to be the underdog going into the finals.
That's right.
That's exactly what you want, because that's the final piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
That's the way now they take the asterisks away, right?
No one's got anything left to say.
Now what you going to say? You beat the defending champ. So now what are you going to say? We were the underdogs and we still won. That's the way you want it to go. Don't take that stuff personal. And if one of us talking heads predicts that they're going to lose, don't take that personal either. Because guess what? There were people predicting the Knicks were going to lose to the Hawks. There were people predicting the Knicks were going to lose to the Sixers. There were people predicting the Knicks could lose to the Cavs. That's the way this stuff goes. Don't take it so damn personal.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Team is on an all-time run right now.
That's all that matters.
Just enjoy that.
And as far as, well, they can win it the next 3 years, let's win the first one.
Let's not do that
okay?
either. I hate that.
But I think everybody will acknowledge that the East is going to be even tougher next year. Pacers are going to be back because they're going to get Halliburton back. You know
Boston.
The Celtics are going to do something. They might end up with a significant player. Maybe they end up with Giannis. If not, they'll have a full year
They're gonna do something.
of Tatum. Detroit, maybe they learn from this. They get better. So I think the one thing we can all acknowledge, if we want to live in reality world, is that we felt like this year going to the finals was a must because of how open the Eastern Conference was. The Knicks have taken advantage of it, but we all knew it going in. And that's why the Knicks didn't celebrate, because they expected to get here.
Yeah. I told you. This was their plan. I told you. They had a party. They talked about Finals 2026. This is what we need to do. We should have been there this year. We screwed up, but the goal has to be we're back next year and right the wrong. They've done that. Now it's, let's go win this damn thing.
It's hard, man. Like I gave the Gretzky quote. Like there's 4 seasons. There's preseason, there's regular season, there's the playoffs, and then there's the final.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I personally would want the Spurs, because the Spurs haven't done it. The Knicks are a little bit more experienced. Now, obviously, Wemby changes a lot because he's a singular talent that could dominate a series. But the point is that the Thunder have been there, done that. And that's a huge advantage. Home court advantage. They've already played in a final and won. So that helps you. The Knicks have accomplished a lot. Now that next step, the last one's always the toughest to get. This is the Super Bowl. This is the World Series, right? This is it. There's no place else to go but this. And you're going to see everything changes. The NBA takes over your building. It's a different feel. For people that don't remember, when you get to this round, it's going to feel different. The broadcast is different. If you go to the games, the presentation is different. It's all different. It's the 2 best teams, man, and there's a lot to have to overcome. So the fact that the Thunder just did it 5 minutes ago is a huge advantage. Again, not saying the Knicks can't win. Of course they can. But if you wonder why they're dogs, that's why the Thunder would be the favorite. The Spurs will be the favorite because
it's slight, though.
Slight
That'll
favorite.
be slight.
Home court.
Yes.
And
Wembanyama.
no offense, Wemby will be the best player on the court.
Yeah.
Right.
And he will be the darling. Here's the thing. If the Thunder end up winning this series, I think the Knicks would end up becoming, which is rare for a New York team, the country will want to see them win it. A, because people seem to hate repeat champions. They don't want dynasties. B, the Thunder are kind of like, especially with SGA, like people are kind of getting tired of his act. And the Knicks are a fun story, right? So I think they would be more of like the rest of the country would think this is a pretty cool story versus if Wembanyama is in that final, forget it. And nobody wants to see it.
I don't even know if it's a hot take, but it's a take. This Spurs team is way sexier than the championship Spurs teams with Duncan. Way sexier.
Well, Wemby's a way sexier star.
Right, that's the point. So it's not
and they're way sexier than OKC. They're
boring Spurs. Like,
they were very
there
boring.
will be people, if you're neutral and it's the Spurs, they'll root for the Spurs because of him.
He's a spectacle.
Right.
He's box office. So, yes, you're going to get the casual fans who watch will see him and immediately be drawn because of just he's a spectacle.
It's a great TV final.
This was
the
never
Knicks and Spurs. It doesn't even resemble what it was 26 years ago.
You just wonder if the executives and whoever had the rights, that the TV executives during the Spurs run ever were rooting for them to make it to the finals. Like,
no,
ABC is rooting for the Spurs over the Thunder.
Oh, you got to be behind closed doors,
right?
You got to be
because
you can't control
because again,
it's
just way sexier.
What do you think of this? This, by the way, in the Eastern Conference, you always talk about the calluses and the going through. So we go back to 2022. Okay, the Celtics beat the Heat to get to the NBA Finals. Right. The following year, the Heat beat the Celtics. So the team that lost won.
Yep.
And then the year after that, right, the Celtics come back and beat the Pacers. Last year, the Pacers, they win. This
Crazy,
year,
right?
beating the Knicks. The Knicks are now the winner.
Right.
So if you're the Cavs, you're like, all right, we're next.
So the conference final has been the rite of passage.
Really has been.
In the NBA since 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Lang in Connecticut. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Lang?
Yeah, doing well, guys.
Awesome.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, thinking back to the days of Antonio McDyess collapsing at half court, grabbing his knee, and thinking he was the savior, to Lee Nailon, to Moochie Norris.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I have the right caller. But were you the one that wanted to rest OG Anunoby in Game 4?
He certainly is. I'll answer for you, Lang.
Right. I take it back.
How'd that work?
That was not a good move.
You take it back,
right?
Okay, cool.
Because we'd be playing tomorrow,
right? But no, I take it back. I think he looks good, and hopefully that stays. What I wanted to ask, watching it really didn't hit me until they did the trophy presentation. It was a bit of a weird kind of out of body experience. I'm used to going to MSG for the post game, and then I said, wait a minute, we got to watch the trophy presentation. And year after year after year, watching other teams enjoy that glory and the smiles and seeing players like you've never seen them, and then seeing your team there, I was like, wait a minute, this is awesome. Finally, it's our turn. But I wanted to ask one thing about Kenny Atkinson. If this guy is such a analytically driven guru, why didn't he do hack and Mitch throughout the game? It seems to be working. I mean, that's something that's been on my mind all day. Why didn't he stick with hack and Mitch?
Because they started putting him out there right before the bonus so they can get to the bonus, and then he started taking him out and putting in Cat. So now they're in the bonus, and if you foul anybody now, we have good free throw shooters.
No,
like Mike Brown figured out how to use it as a strategy against them. It's like Herb Brooks said, we take their game and we play it against them. And that's literally what Mike Brown did.
Last call, crew, 1-800-919-3776. And then, from what I understand, a spectacular ENN that'll take us right into the Mets-Reds. And listen, don't you need something spectacular before Mets-Reds?
Oh, come
on.
And something after. And maybe something during. Like a bump.
Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The Garden waited.
I think of the fans. They are just the best fans and the most loyal, and they've been through so much.
New York waited.
The 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
The finals are here.
They haven't just been good. They haven't just been dominant. The Knicks have been completely unstoppable.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. This is ESPN New York.
Replacing your home's AC system isn't exactly pocket change. Let's be real. Most people don't have thousands of dollars just lying around. And that's why Slomin's makes staying cool affordable. Right now, Slomin's central air conditioning makes it easier than ever to upgrade without blowing your budget. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% financing for up to 18 months. Plus, every new system comes with a 5-year all-inclusive service plan, including annual system maintenance, filter replacements, and refrigerant. So there are no surprise costs down the road. Whether your system is outdated, your electric bills are through the roof, or your AC finally called it quits, Slomin's has a solution that works and a payment plan that actually makes sense. Call 516-932-7000. That's 516-932-7000. Or visit ac.slomans.com to schedule your free estimate today. Slomin's Central Air Conditioning. Because comfort shouldn't come with a price you can't afford. 18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
And the New York Knicks are on their way to the NBA Finals.
I am in disbelief. I have never, ever seen anything like this.
I mean, what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
It really is.
So let it sink in. I'll say it again. NBA Finals.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Big events are bringing more riders across the region. So if you're taking New Jersey Transit for everyday trips, plan ahead. Check schedules, allow extra time, and consider traveling outside of peak hours when you can. New Jersey Transit is running additional service to help keep everyone moving. But a little planning goes a long way. Stay aware, be courteous, and ride smart. New Jersey Transit, keeping your day on track. Plan your trip at njtransit.com.
Hey Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Thursday, June 18th as the Yankees take on the White Sox. And come early for a special giveaway. It's Yankee Soccer Jersey Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a Yankee soccer jersey presented by Bank of America. Don't miss Yankees and White Sox on Thursday, June 18th, Yankee Soccer Jersey Night. Get your tickets now at yankees.com/tickets.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
I can't believe the deal we got on these seats for the game.
Wow, they must be pretty high up here. I think my ears just popped.
Yeah, here, put this on.
Is that an oxygen mask?
An official team oxygen mask.
Well, I can kind of see the field.
Good, your senses are still sharp. You're going to need them for phase 2 of the ascent.
Don't save money by sitting in the nosebleeds. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
For the first time since 1999, the Knicks are headed to the NBA Finals.
And the 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. 4 wins away from an NBA championship.
This group got tighter and more accountable as the days got closer to June.
thanks to all our New York Knicks partners this season, including Verizon, ThriveWell Infusion, BetMGM, and London Jewelers on ESPN New York.
Last call, crew, 1-800-919-3776, because ENN is coming up at 6 o'clock. Let's get back to the busy phones. Let's talk to Joe in Chappaqua. You're on ESPN New York.
Chappaqua.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking a call.
What's up,
Joe?
So I'm loving this run, and it got me thinking, I'm just hoping that Mike Brown could be the next Joe Torre. Because, you know, Buck Showalter took the Yankees to a certain level, but it took Joe Torre to take them to the next level. And I love Tibbs for what he did for our team, but maybe it took bringing Brown in to bring us to the next level.
I mean,
I thought about that last night.
You did?
Really?
Literally thought about last night.
You and Joe are
of Buck Showalter and Joe Torre, and how, I literally was thinking that last night during the post-game show on MSG.
It's not bad. I mean, Mike Brown did coach a team to the NBA Finals in 2007. Joe was on a bad Mets team. He had a decent Braves team. Mike Brown wasn't like clueless Joe when he was hired, but he wasn't the first choice. See, that's what's interesting. There seems to be a narrative, and I'm not here to knock Mike Brown at all. He deserves a ton of credit for where they are. But the narrative seems to be, the Knicks got it right getting rid of Tibbs and bringing in Mike Brown. They eventually got to Mike Brown, right? If Jason Kidd was able to get out of his contract, he'd be the coach of the team, right? So it wasn't like Mike. The pivot wasn't exactly to Mike Brown. They deserve credit that it's Mike Brown, but they kicked a few tires before they got to Mike Brown.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Billy Donovan.
But there's I mean, Jason Kidd.
Yeah,
that was the biggest one they were really trying to get.
By the way, we missed. He let go by the
Isn't it amazing too? By the way, him and Billy Donovan both out now.
Right, they're both available.
Last year, well, we're all set now. But it's just hard not to make that comparison because it's here in New York and it's happening. And what were the Yankees when they went into that series with the Braves? Do you remember in '96? Like, do you remember? Because the Braves were the Braves. It was the '90s. It was the '90s Braves.
They were underdogs, and then they lost the first two games at home.
Right.
But I think they were dogs because the Braves were the defending champions. Now it felt, even though the Yankees had lost to the Mariners the year before, you make the managerial change. It felt like the Yankees were in a little early.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But as far as maybe Jacob or Anthony could look it up, I'm pretty sure they were dogs.
They were dogs, yeah. Okay.
Because the Braves weren't I don't want to say choke.
They had that pitching staff, man.
But the Braves had won in '95 in the midst of the 14 straight divisional championships. But you didn't know that would be
it.
I know. Like, you felt like it was the beginning of they'll win 6 or 7.
Well, they ran into the Yankees twice after that, right?
Couldn't beat them in '99 either. Right. Got swept in that series.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they blew the 2-0 lead against the Yankees.
Still amazing to me. Still amazing that they lost both games at home. Smoked in game 2.
Well,
Pettit was horrible.
What game was that? The Leyritz home run where they were down 6-0.
Wasn't that game 3?
Yeah. I
or
think
4?
It was game 3 or 4. I think it might have been 4. I'm trying to remember. It was 30 years ago. But
you're allowed to forget.
Let's go to Rodney in Hartsdale. You're on ESPN New York.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
What's up?
Hi. Thank you for taking my call. In 1973, I was a senior at the McBurney School, 15 West 63rd Street, and we were huge Yankee fans. In fact, one of our classmates, George Lois, his father was head of Lois Pitts and Gershon, the biggest ad firm in the city, where Bill Bradley spent his off seasons working. And my last note is give some shout out to Monica McNutt for coming up with the term flow state, because that's the way the 73 Knicks played, and that's the way these Knicks play. Mm-hmm. It's all flow, playing like a team.
Yeah,
they win. It's not individuals. It's how those guys are witty.
Yeah, because
thank you for taking my call.
Even with stars, Rodney, you just need everybody to play as a team, and boy, are they doing that. And by the way, Monica McNutt is going to be joining us tomorrow.
You bet your ace she will.
On Wednesday at 4 o'clock, so we're looking forward to that. Glenn's in Connecticut. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, Glenn.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Always.
Wanted to go back to the NBA Cup. Peter, you could cue up the flashback music if you want.
Okay.
Just going back to the NBA Cup, I think it'd be a great incentive for the NBA to award the winner of the NBA Cup home court advantage if those two teams face off again, which is incredibly possible. We're looking at that possibility here in the next couple of days. I think that would be a nice wrinkle and a nice award for the NBA Cup. Make it a little bit more, have more incentive to it.
It does, but the thing is that it's such a low percentage that, like, why bother?
Well, first of all, there was once this thing that people thought was this curse because you didn't get out of the first round if you won the NBA Cup.
Right.
And the Knicks blew that out of the water. Adam Silver, though, probably would love to be able to say, oh, look, our two NBA Cup finalists are also NBA finalists. Isn't that great for our in-season tournament?
No,
Doesn't it show you how important it is? But it is interesting to say, if you win the Cup or reach the final, right, if one of those teams gets to the finals, you automatically get home court advantage.
Right.
Even the losing team. Now, if both, then the winning team, obviously, right? But what would you say to that? Just to throw that added wrinkle.
You could add, but again, how often would it actually show up?
That's why, to me, you could do it.
You could do it. It's just not. It's not going to incentivize it because, again, what teams are going to feel like, oh, this will be great if we make it to the finals? When they did it the All-Star game, which was stupid with baseball,
right,
the entire league got the home. So there was an advantage to it. But listen, it makes sense this year. But you might go 10 straight years with them not even doing anything.
You're right about that.
But it wouldn't hurt, right?
No.
But listen, Adam Silver should thump his chest a bit. Why not? It's only the third one. Mm-hmm. Now the previous two with the Bucks and the Lakers, they didn't go very far.
Right.
But the Knicks did, and maybe this is a trend.
Yeah, we shall see.
Boy, does that so much for putting anything up at the Garden if the Knicks win? Like,
I think you do.
Or do you like really just double down?
Now you
That's
do
a good question.
If you win the championship, you put up 3 banners. You throw that one up too. To hell with it. Yeah.
Well, see, that's so funny.
We swept. We took the whole thing.
You go from you would never want to put it up, but now you win a championship, might as well put it up.
Now you can make the case. Well, even if you don't win, when you put up the Eastern Conference banner, do you have that with the Cup? You could do that.
You could.
You can't do it if you lose to the Spurs. Because how would that look? Oh, we beat you in the Cup. It'd be like every time the Spurs came, like, well, that's a nice little.
Hey, who'd they beat that year? Who'd they lose to? That's weird.
I don't think you could do that. That probably wouldn't make a ton of sense. What do you got there?
Well, I got some business for all of our local businesses here in New York, because every block is a business and every minute counts. And Amazon Hub Delivery lets you earn extra revenue from the business you already run. You and your staff can deliver packages right in your neighborhood on a schedule that works for you. It's a smart way to keep your hustle going, bring in more revenue and more visibility, and stay connected to the community that you serve every day. So how about Christine? She's the owner of All Breed Cat and Dog Grooming in Verona, New Jersey.
Okay.
She loves the flexibility of Amazon Hub Delivery because she takes dog grooming grooming appointments in the morning, then delivers packages in the afternoon around her business's schedule. It works really well, doesn't it? Getting started, by the way, really easy. No delivery experience, no long-term contracts, and no startup cost. New York local business. If you're ready to make your next move, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
1-800. I'm giving the phone number. We can't do it because we're open.
No, it's ENN, for God's sake, Don.
And I disrespected it.
Yeah.
And I ask and beg for forgiveness from Peter Rosenberg.
I'll
when
consider.
We come up next. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson. What's up, Knicks fans? This is Josh Hart. Knicks fans, it's Mikal Bridges, and this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Then?
I'd turn my garage into a rescue menagerie for all furless felines.
And when that gets too full?
I'll purchase land in the Catskills for them to sunbathe in hairless abandon.
Only cats.
All hair-free animals looking to roam in bald, beautiful peace.
Can I come?
Do you have hair?
New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn? Paycheck after paycheck. And you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino and Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite Back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino and Associates. We win a lot.
North Brunswick, get ready. Boost Mobile by Tuvaz is throwing down with the grand opening at their newest spot in Brunswick Shopping Center. Join them Friday, May 29th from 2 to 6 p.m. with food, prizes, and giveaways that you don't want to miss. That's Boost Mobile at Brunswick Shopping Center in North Brunswick. We'll see you there.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of the night. We've got the Mets home over at Citi Field. First pitch just a little over an hour away, and still working on this crash on the Grand Central eastbound by Northern Boulevard in Queens. Add that to the volume. Delays go back onto the Bronx and Manhattan legs of the Triborough Bridge. Stop and go right at the Whitestone Bridge heading across the Upper East River from the Bronx side. Then you're in pretty good shape on the expressway southbound, making your way over to the stadium. Just packed on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Long line of brake lights from the Verrazano on through. Inbound Georgia, about 15 to 24, the upper deck using 8095. Better from the 4 and 46 approaches. Best of it's the outbound George Henry Hudson. West Side Highway northbound. Some slowdowns from the 79th Street Boat Basin. Outbound Lincoln looking pretty good at 10 to 15. Outbound Helena Runya 15 to 20. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now, but I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code VAN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code VAN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code VAN.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi, everyone. How you doing? Good. Great, grand, wonderful. Welcome to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
ENN tonight is brought to you by our friends at Fanatics Fest NYC. The King is back. LeBron James. He's taken over Fanatics Fest for 2 days, Thursday and Friday, June 18th and 19th. Starting with a live recording of Mind of the Game with Tyrese Halliburton. Tickets now at fanaticsfest.com. I'd like to start off by saying good evening to Alan.
And 12 freestanding paint centers as well.
That's on such a glorious day. Guys,
and 12 freestanding paint centers
Yo, can you play?
Well, I did that today.
You know what he sounds like? He sounds like my man Dylan from Love on the Spectrum. He sounds like my interesting. He actually sounds just like Dylan.
Did I do that today?
Paint centers.
That was today?
Yeah.
You understand? I haven't gone to bed yet.
You're exhausted.
That was your first read.
You know, I didn't go to bed yet. And 12 freestanding paint centers as well.
You found it, though.
You know what?
Look, man.
We
all can get got.
Bad job.
It's fair.
Bad job because you know what this guy went through.
Good job. That's called what the job is. That is the job. Don't you know? Good evening to myself. OG.
Interesting.
And Unobi. Two great players. I love OG, but I love OG, but I also love Unobi. They're both important players on this team. They're always together. Good evening to myself.
We're going to have to call the National Guard because it might be the craziest thing we'll ever see.
Well, obviously, one step at a time because we've got a long way to go.
Oh, not again.
I can't believe they took a second-round pick. That's incredible.
Well, because
that's
it just
a
shows
serious
you
punishment.
What
It wasn't there. The same.
But you know what? It's becoming so routine now that it's like, all right, no big deal.
So far, every host is.
I think here's the issue with it. It's not a big deal. But if it becomes a big deal, it's going to be a big deal.
It's a.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not going to make it public. I'm good. I'll make sure I do. But what people need to realize, if I do it, it's on me.
Can I?
Don't blame anybody else.
I'm just
Interesting.
I just saw something that
Go ahead.
Popped up. Somebody shared with me.
Go ahead.
Probably the funniest video of the night last night of all the celebrating and all that stuff.
Celebration.
Mm-hmm. Is a bunch of Knicks fans went around a sanitation truck and were recording one of the workers who had to take out a broom.
Yeah, I saw this. I saw this.
Sweep up some stuff on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And they're just jumping and dancing. This poor guy's like going,
he's
the
trying to do
hell
his job.
He's doing? Get out of here. I'm sweeping over here. And they're just recording and laughing and celebrating. Come on.
The people are so hyped.
It's just
Mom Donnie had such a dad joke.
Oh, no.
What did he say?
Oh, I did see that.
What did he do?
Oh, such a dad. He's not a dad yet, but he's ready. He wrote, hold on, trying to get I want to get the quote right because it was from this morning. Oh, at NYC Sanitation, I'd like to report a sweep. That's by the way,
that's a dad joke.
And by the way, all it took was him saying that. 31,000 retweets.
Well, he is the
I
mayor
understand.
of New York.
Yeah.
So
pretty good.
So mom had a dad joke.
By the way,
that's also a dad joke.
But I also do like that below that, the tweet directly before that.
Oh, I see what you did.
Is just a retweet.
Mom had a dad joke.
Of Vivek Ramaswamy posting date night in Cleveland, let's go Cavs. And the mayor just reposted it. He just let it sit.
Instead of saying update?
Didn't say anything. He just let it sit. Oh, it was such a bad look last night for Cleveland. MGK was there. It was just, oh, man, it was nasty. It was not what you want.
Interesting.
The Taylor thing really didn't, no one got the joke.
Which one?
The fact that Taylor Swift was at the game on Saturday and everybody was just going crazy about how, wow, big star at the game, and it's like, she's a Knicks fan.
Oh, but is she?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a Knicks fan?
She lived in New York.
Oh.
She's been to the Garden a lot. She has.
Don, you calling fraud?
She made songs. She made videos
about the Knicks.
Welcome to New York.
About New York, yeah. She is.
No, I don't think that makes her a Knicks fan.
She was. I was literally there on the court with her, with Carmelo and Amari all those years ago. Before she was
a celebrity.
T-Sizzle.
I know, but she's still a celebrity at the Garden. Does not necessarily make.
But but it can turn them into pseudo Knicks fans,
right? I can promise.
But she was there with Kelsey because Kelsey
was a Cavs fan. Yeah, so she was low keying the whole thing,
right?
But it was just funny how everybody went crazy, and apparently, because the broadcast kept saying Kelsey and his girlfriend, the Swifties were losing it. Not happy about that.
Well, you know what? Relax.
RJ and them were just trying to have fun with it because it's pretty clear everybody knows who she is.
You know, RJ won points with me this week. Yeah.
What did he do?
When we saw him, Mike Breen completely no-sold us and acted like he was embarrassed. It was like kids. It was like
he was locked in.
It was like kids getting picked up by their parents at the mall. You know what I mean? The level of embarrassment. No, but RJ, when he saw us, did you notice that the second we said, "Oh, it's Richard Jefferson," he started unbuttoning his shirt?
Love it.
So he's clearly gotten the message of how we feel over here about him and his always visible chith. All right, Karl Anthony Towns says the job is not done.
For me, I'm going to enjoy this moment. I'm going to enjoy tonight. I'm going to enjoy this moment flying back with my teammates, having understanding what we've done. It's a magical thing. It's a historical thing. It's something that New York has been dying for a long, long time. And we'll enjoy that plane ride. But once we get in those cars to go to our respective homes, it's going to be back to business. So we're going to get back to it tomorrow. I already know how this team works and how all of us are already talking. We're all going to be in the gym tomorrow, probably getting shots up, getting treatment, doing what we need to do to get ready for the next series already. And, we'll enjoy this moment tonight. And it's okay. It's okay for New York, the fans, us, our families to enjoy this moment and be jubilant about this. But for us as the players, we understand that the job's not done. And we got to get back to work tomorrow. And there's no better day to start than tomorrow with the next series.
Now, I know a lot has been said in recent months. And let me just be the first one to say, none of those things is more brilliant than how, obviously this came from me. How long ago was it, Alan, when I pointed out how different the James Harden story could be depending on how things played out? I mean, the James Harden story. Sorry. I'm looking at the thing on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Karl Anthony Towns story could be depending on how things played out.
It was before the playoffs, I thought.
It was like right before the playoffs. Right when the playoffs
offense had that little cat hub thing happening.
And we sort of all agreed that this team would probably go as Cat goes. And if Cat was really good, they could win a championship. But without Cat, they wouldn't. Yeah. And we were talking about how insane it was that you have a guy who would probably have been ushered out of town. And frankly, and I'm not saying this disrespectfully, but let's just be honest. We know what fans here are like. A good chance that when he came back, he'd be booed. And instead, they are 4 games away from him being a forever New York Knick. It's a 6-week period. That's the thing. They are playing for the rest of their lives. And the reason I sort of love, and I know that we on the outside who don't understand the game,
love this. 1 week for the rest of your life.
That's yours. By the way, write it down. I want that on the air. Take that right over to MSG. Take it to Get Up. It's all yours. And think about it from an emotional standpoint. And I know it's just yo-yos like us who think about this, maybe not the players. I like the emotional matchup with both of these teams. In Oklahoma City, you have a team that already won the championship last year. And yes, they would love to win a second one, of course, right? Mm-hmm. But they're not playing for their lives. That group literally has a ring. San Antonio, yes, they're super. This is an incredible opportunity. They also know deep down this is the beginning. They know. The Knicks are the only one of the 3 remaining that has truly everything. Their entire legacy on the line.
Look at their ages.
That's the Knicks team.
Look at their ages. 28 to 30.
The whole group.
That's your prime.
Yep. This is it.
This is it.
OKC already has one, and they'll be back. San Antonio hasn't had one yet, but they just started.
Yeah.
With the Knicks, with Cat, with Jalen, with Josh Hart, this entire group.
I agree with you.
Nothing's guaranteed.
But the Thunder are close just because of the NBA culture. Maybe it's changing because there seems to be more parity. But doesn't it feel like you got to win more than one, right? Milwaukee won a title. People kind of forget because it was only just the one, right?
They don't forget Milwaukee.
No, they don't. but you know how it is in the NBA, or win another one. You start talking about dynasties. If the Thunder can win back-to-back titles, that'd be pretty special for them. Plus, their window could be closing because if it's the beginning of something for the Spurs, they may never get back again.
It's fair.
Like if the Spurs are going to be a dominant team, this might be the Thunder's last chance to win a title. I'm with you. Still, not to the point of the Knicks. We're trying to win their first one in 53 years. But the Thunder are going to want this bad.
But the Towns thing, though, is a really good point because somewhere it turned. And then it turned again in a dramatic fashion, right? First it turned to, okay, let's take a look at this with you as a passer. And we saw more involvement in the offense. And we were at the end of the season, we're like, oh, wait, that's an interesting wrinkle. That's new. Then the playoffs began, and it didn't begin well. And then something between 3 and 4. Someone's going to write the book, and someone's going to have the story of what happened in that day between games 3 and 4, and it's going to be an unreal story because
it'll be in the book
clicked.
And if they go on to win this thing, Karl Anthony Towns, whose story goes back to Piscataway and losing his mom during COVID, all of these things, right? Being this Dominican player from New Jersey, playing in New York, ups and downs, didn't quite fit here. If he were to get to be the a hero on this team, which he would be.
Dad had a tryout with the Knicks, broke his ankle, never was able to make the tryout. Mother loved the Garden. always dreamed of her son playing in that building. Never got to see him do it.
Never got to see him do it.
Think about like his story alone, just in that, just isolate that.
And that's just his story. And then you have people were resurfacing the video the other day that I remembered so well of when Brunson got the news that Josh Hart.
We got Josh Hart?
Had been traded. Yeah, and he runs over, remember? And he's like, what? We got Josh Hart?
How giddy
and you see
was
him
he?
cheering.
Yes.
And fans at the time were like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, nobody knew.
One of his friends from Villanova. Nice.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting a middle-of-the-road NBA player coming over, but they played together. Cool.
No one had any idea.
You don't know what the pieces are that are coming together. So it's just, I mean, you don't like to overdo it with destiny, but, man, a lot has lined up for this team.
There's a lot of stories that could be told. A lot of
It's too good a story for it to not happen. That's all I'm saying.
They got it. And also, like, oh, man, just you get this close. This is what's so hard about sports. Winning these tournaments is so hard. Even though, granted, they got as good a path as they could have possibly gotten. I saw a tweet last night that was funny, and you could totally view this as just hate. I have no insight on it from a basketball standpoint. Alan would have more. But I did just think it was funny, A, because it was hate, and B, because you never know. It also could be true. Amongst all the celebrating, I saw, like, for some reason, the algorithm fed me someone's tweet that was like, the funny thing is Orlando would have beaten this team. Right? Now, granted, ridiculous, sure. But you never know because these matchups are all what they are.
Fights.
And the way this has worked out, guys, ever since they walked into Game 4 against Atlanta, they've been absolutely, basically, with the exception of one half in the Philadelphia series, they've been unstoppable.
Yeah.
Their last loss was April 23rd. It's May 26th.
It was April 23rd. It's that long ago?
Month.
It was draft night.
Month. They went undefeated in the month of May. Undefeated in the month of May.
And they will.
Well, yeah.
Because they're not playing in May again.
That's what I mean. They went undefeated.
It is
there are
one
no
of the
more
great
games to play.
months in the history of sports.
This is just, for me, it's the coolest, by far the coolest since I've been here. I moved to New York in 2007. The two Jets years were whatever. I mean, from the outside looking in, I'm sure it was exciting. At the radio station, it was kind of like, oh, we got an opportunity here.
The second Jet year was pretty special.
No, I don't want to take anything away from you. I'm sure it was a moment for Jets fans.
You're right.
The city was not galvanized behind Mark Sanchez, Rex Ryan, and the Jets.
No.
Jets fans were really pumped
Don,
up.
what would you say? What would you put in this category right now? Like, is it...
The 2009 Yankees obviously didn't have this zhuzh.
No, you'd have to go way back for the last time something really captivated. Was it either 98 or 96? It wasn't 2000.
Yeah, because by then you're used to it.
The Yankees would be 96. It would have been their first in 18 years.
Like the Ranger run had some magical moments in it.
In 94?
Yeah, no.
No, this was magical.
The one
but
they lost to the Kings, but Henrik was so good.
Would you say was 96 though? Like felt like this? Like the whole city was like, oh my God, how about them Yanks? Like you just couldn't.
Yeah, because it was like the Yankees were reborn.
Yeah,
the
brand came back.
And
it was the first ring since what year?
Since 78.
That's a good one.
It's for the Yankees. That's a long period of time.
It's Mattingly's entire
They've been
career.
to the World Series in '81, and the '86 Mets did for being the second team in town because the Yankees were kind of struggling.
But the way the Mets won,
and
that
the way
year,
the Mets
they
won,
had some insane wins, nail biters. It was dramatic, that run.
I remember there was like. Everybody was just talking about them. There's certain ones.
But give me a dominant. I'm talking about dominance.
No, again,
the one where it's
the
like
only
just smack
dominance
everyone.
was the 86 Giants.
Yeah.
They get the bye. They beat the 49ers of all teams.
Yeah,
right? 49-3. And then they shut out the Redskins in the championship game 17-0 and all the wind and everything. That was the celebration because that was the last home game. Then they go to Pasadena. They're down at the half, and they end up winning that game 39-20.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 dominant performances. They were 14-2 in the regular season. That it's at that level. But that's one game, and a lot of football teams were doing that. The Bears were 15-1 the year before. Right. There was actually a string of 3 consecutive years, Peter.
Mm-hmm.
84, 85, 86, where the team that won the NFC Championship game won in a shutout.
Really?
Yeah. The 49ers beat the Bears beat the the Bears beat the Rams, and the Giants beat the Redskins. So it was dominant, but you had seen dominance. Like I said, the Bears were 15-1, one of the greatest teams of all time. To see 11 straight wins, and you know it's not just the 11 straight wins, because you forget when the Nets went to the finals in 2003, they had a 9-game winning streak. Remember, they swept in the second and third round, 4-0.
It was a great team.
But they were a great team, but weaker Eastern Conference. They lost in 6 to the Spurs, and it kind of gets forgotten about. Difference is, the Nets were 9-0, but they weren't beating teams by 30 points the way the Knicks are.
But they also didn't have like a whole the market wasn't buzzing.
No,
about
I'm just
them.
saying it's a combination of
if that team was like wearing a Knick jersey, those Jason Kidd teams, they'd be legendary.
I will put this at the 86 Giants were a thing because they hadn't won in 30 years.
Yeah.
All right, and they were dominant, and they were a sexy team. You had Lawrence Taylor. Phil Simms, Joe Moore. Like, that was the last time I felt like a whole community was, like, gathering around them, even though there were a ton of Jet fans. And the Jets were good that year. Remember, they had an amazing start to the season, too.
Yeah.
But because it had been so long since they had won, and they were dominant. But this is different because, I feel bad because I'm a Jersey guy, so I kind of feel for the Nets. But they just don't have enough fans to really match this the way the Jets do, the way the Mets do when the Yankees make a run, and maybe the combination of Islanders and Devils when the Rangers make a run.
Yeah,
this is just and it's been so long, and they've been so dominant. It's been
the Yankee '98 run only had one little hiccup, right?
The Indians, right? That first round.
That was basically it. But that run was. That was pretty spectacular.
That was yeah.
But there's
but they
element
were just so good.
But they had won the World Series 2 years before. Like, you got a combination, Peter, of dominance.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since they've won, and how big the team is, right? So it's really only a conversation that the Giants, the Yankees, the Rangers, and the Knicks could have. The Knicks own the town. They haven't won in 53 years, and they've been dominant. It's a perfect storm.
But then
it's
you
really
also
there's
there's another factor that you got to add in here. I talked about earlier Brunson's history with the team that makes it special. His dad's an assistant coach. But also this thing with the former Knicks players, that's another element that none of those teams had. Like the amount to see Patrick Ewing on the floor. This is like a really unusual thing.
You're right about that. And other teams are trying to copy it now, but it's a lot harder.
No, this has been their thing. You got to give it up.
This has been at least 4 or 5 years they've been doing this, but you know how expensive those seats are. Front row baseline, front row sideline, across from benches, right? That's where the players go. They're not paying for those seats.
No, of course not.
The team is giving them. They're putting them there.
No, they're prioritizing it.
You know what those cost, those seats, and they're front row. They're not putting them up in
It's
some
a
section.
relatively new phenomenon where teams are embracing their past players. I'd say over the last decade or so, that's happened.
It's a good thing.
When the Giants won in '86, I don't remember. There's Y.A. Tittle on the sideline.
Of course,
like,
that's
they
what I'm
didn't
saying.
do it.
None of these teams did it. I'm sorry. I mean, Tom Seaver wasn't there. I mean, he was still playing, but Tom Seaver wasn't there.
Tom Seaver was there because he was a Red Sox player.
That's right. I'm sorry. He was a Red Sox. He was there. But, you get the idea. This is a really unique thing. I'm just watching on Twitter the video of, I'm sure you've seen it already, Alan, 50 times, of Brunson and Ewing doing their little dap that they have together. For all the stories that there have been about Ewing, and this now just goes back a couple of years, where Ewing felt disrespected at the Garden when he came back from Georgetown, and that brought up the whole
head coach.
That brought up the whole conversation again about Patrick didn't make a lot of friends. To see, if you heard him, by the way, if you didn't hear it, make sure you catch the interview that we had with Patrick Ewing earlier. To hear the tone in his voice, to see the look on his face, I love this for Patrick Ewing. This is such a great chapter in his story.
And I credit, because we always criticize the young, right? Like younger generation. I give them credit. They brought nostalgia back. They want it.
They did. They're into it.
They're buying vinyl now. Like they're wearing all the old rock T-shirts. Like when I was younger, my dad's stuff. Like I was interested just because I had a thirst for knowledge. But I didn't care as a Giant fan, 18 years old, that if they were going to bring him back the old time guys. Mm-hmm. That's my dad's team. This is my team. That's old. Why would I want to see that? Mm-hmm. I think the younger generation embraces seeing Patrick, even though they never saw him play. I think they welcome that now.
But particularly the younger generation of players on this team, that is who they are. Oh. They camaraderie is a real thing. You have the Villanova camaraderie within this group. Then you have the connection to the older Knicks within this group. There's a lot of good stuff going on.
There's a serendipity that's going on with this team.
It's pretty cool.
It's a Clyde word. Very good.
Kenny Atkinson is going to return as head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, the analytics say that.
How bad
Analytically, I think we won 2 out of 3.
How bad do you have to lose that they have to announce that they're not firing you?
I think 4-0 when you lose Game 4 by 1,000. When you get the doors blown off 15 minutes into the game.
It would be a great SNL bit to have Kenny Atkinson show up to the finals thinking his team's playing because analytically they'd won the series.
Right.
Oh,
I mean,
you lost 4-0. Oh, well, if that's what you want to go by, actual wins. But analytically, we swept the series.
I felt bad. He's a fellow Friar.
I know.
Support him. He's my guy.
You've always been close with him.
But
there's a reality here.
I know he was scrambling. He was trying everything, but that was a tough time.
Yeah, it was a tough.
I'm glad he didn't lose his job, though.
Well, here he is. He's giving credit where credit's due.
They're playing great basketball. You just gotta give them credit. They're on a heater. They're in a groove. Just got to give them a ton of credit. Congrats to Mike and their staff, and they're playing great basketball.
Speaking of on a heater, can I have a heater? Because I need to smoke something and end this. Not me. I'm saying Kenny Atkinson. That'll do it for ENN, brought to you by Fanatics Fest NYC. So many legends. Maybe NBA champion Jalen Brunson by that time will be there. He'll certainly be in the building. Fanatics Fest tickets at fanaticsfest.com.
I'll tell you what, sports radio is usually driven by bad teams, people ranting about how awful their sporting team is. It's really refreshing to do a 3.5-hour show and have joy in Mudville, which is so amazing. Speaking of joy, Mets are next.
The New York Knicks, the NBA Finals. Finally.
And the New York Knicks are on their way to the NBA Finals. For the first time since